All right, we are right back to action, right where we cut off.
Here we go.
All in and a call.
Woo!
What does that look like? Kings versus fives, just like that, all in call. Kenzie had him covered by just probably 110,000 chips.
That is a huge, basically double up for Kenzie.
And unfortunately, it ends Mr. Joshua's day.
Man, you got the pocket pair of fives. You got to think, is the other player bluffing? In this case, no. Two big stacks, too. Just around 1 million chips.
Now he's setting. Kenzie is setting with a massive stack, 1,190,000 plus some. So he's setting just about 2 million chips.
He should be right around 2. The blinds, I believe, are at 30K, so a large amount of big blinds right there. And just like that, the natural got the button. Eric lets his Jack 7 go. Not trying to get cute today.
So Kenzie's setting with 2,155,000 chips now.
Whew. And that is the big stack. Baby Boy Cruz in second. Just under 1.5 million. Now Kenzie with the pocket fives.
And he's playing big stack poker now.
He
putting
is.
Ultimate pressure on the smaller stacks.
You got to bully a little bit. Devin lets go of his suited queen. And Baby Boy Cruz now, the second biggest stack. So we're tangoing with the big stacks right now.
When you are one of the big stacks at the table, that's definitely something you try to avoid.
Try to avoid, unless you absolutely cannot. And it looks like in this case, either player could really fold pre-flop, but maybe they look at it as a doubling up opportunity. Ooh, and that folded queen would have hit top pair.
130,000 chips is the bet.
Big bet. Yeah, that 2/3 sizing says, I got something, and I hope you do too. See if Baby Boy Cruz opts to peel. He would just be floating at this point.
But that's not bad cards to float with.
Sure.
I don't think he will get involved in this. He wants to save his chip stack. He's got 1.3 million. Kenzie is the chip leader. He wants to save his chip stack unless he looks at making a move here. He really could go. He could come over the top with like 3x that, bet 380,000 somewhere along that line.
Sure.
But the pot at around 720,000, and that makes it really tough for Kenzie to call here.
Right.
That essentially says I have ace queen.
Sure. Yeah, that would be a top pair, top kicker type of bet. Pretty dry board though. Not a whole lot of flush draws, not a lot of straight draws possible.
And he does exactly what we expected.
He lets it go. Good stare down by Kenzie, too. Licking his lips at the end of that.
He's hungry. He's chomping those chips up.
That's
He's up. How many chips?
Give me some queso. I got these chips.
Yeah, he's up well over 1 million chips and sitting down at this table. That's another 120,000 chips added to his stack. He's 2.275 now.
And what a stack, too. A lot of players stacking stacks of 20. Not Kenzie.
Kenzie says the higher I can stack them, the better it is for me.
I like the towers.
So what they're talking about right now is the last longer. Who is in it? How many of us is in it? And the last longer is $7,400. It's a side tournament that all the players play. Each bullet they enter into the tournament, it's $100 entry.
Okay.
And whoever goes the furthest, they could essentially say no chop, and whoever goes the furthest wins $7,400. But the players typically chop it up.
Not a bad payday right there.
Look at Kenzie.
Kenzie going in, man.
Pocket kings, pocket fives.
Pocket sixes now. Yeah, Kenzie's running hot. Easy game when you get good cards. Joey figuring out what to do with his biscuit over here.
Yeah,
Scooting over?
those biscuits are the big biscuits, 100,000 chips each.
That's it. And they shuffle real nice.
I don't know. I've never had any to shuffle.
Yeah, me neither.
I have had a few of the 25,000 denomination chips, but none of those big, beautiful plaques. So we got three-way action, Jack 7, 6s, and then the mystery hand for Mr. Eric Blank.
It looks like a little paint on that flop, too. So Baby Boy Cruz might actually have the best pair right now.
He's betting it like he has it. 40,000 is the bet.
Ooh,
well, he has
he's got a flush draw.
That's a hard call for sixes.
That is a hard call. It looks like he makes it. The river, ooh.
So now Cruz bet on the turn with Queen, Queen, 10. Kinsey didn't believe him. If he bets again, does he have to believe he has ace, king, ace, jack, something like that? Maybe some sort of straight draw?
Or maybe even just a suited club with the ace of clubs, which would give him a pair of aces on the river.
So bet 40,000.
Ooh, small bet. Definitely sized like a value bet. Maybe trying to get value from a 10.
So we are on the river. Ace of hearts on the river. 70, 85,000?
Mm-hmm.
95.
95,000. So not a tiny bet.
It's about one half of what the pot was.
Mm-hmm.
All out bluff too. Can Kinsey sniff this out?
Yeah, and it is, honestly, the most obvious bluff.
And look how calm Cruz is. No
Yep.
signs of bluffing. No breathing. How you expect him to act. Just calm, cool, and collected. That's experience right there.
Exactly. Very well controlled. Ooh, Kenzie putting in the call. Wow. Pair of sixes, not an easy call to make, but he did sniff it out.
So you can't win a tournament unless you can go back to back to back, and that's what Kinsey just did.
That's what you need. Let's see what pair he picks up this time.
So small blind is going to be on Mr. Eric Blank this hand. I do believe that puts Kobe in the big blind.
All right.
As you hear, the Lakers pull it out. Nobody's a bigger Lakers fan than that Spivey sitting in seat number 10.
Spivey getting aggressive with some of that Lakers talk earlier at the table before we made it to the final table.
Yes. And if you weren't here relling your favorite players, you missed some insane action.
Woo!
We saw one player go runner twice on a pre-flop all-in to win.
Yep. Against a set one of the times.
So we're going to take a quick pause right here. We'll be back in just a few moments. Players, if you'll hold on for just 1 second, we did have a disconnect of the table. We are connecting it right now. We will be back in just a few moments. So if you haven't been out at Kojack's this weekend, we have had a full weekend of events. We had, starting off with a $500 Big O event, we had a little over $12,000 in that. We also went straight to the PLO High on Thursday. We had a little over, I think, 12,000 in that also.
Ooh.
So some huge, huge events here at Kojack's this weekend. Then in this tournament, we had 141 entries. 141 entries.
That's a lot.
In the No Limit Hold'em, $360. We guaranteed $25,000. We smashed that, $41,400 in the prize
Yeah.
pool.
Big smash.
Something insane. So head on out to Kojack's. We actually have a table getting ready for a second cash game table right now, and we're going to return you back to the action so you can see what's going on live. Spivey in the +1, looks down at 8-5 offsuit. You're going to see a lot of different play than you normally would see in cash games here. We're in the later stages of tournaments with $7,500 up top, so it's going to be a lot tighter play unless you got mountains of chips like Kinsey.
Mountains and mountains.
So
And Kenzie drags another one.
A7 pulls it in. He's playing what's called big stack poker. That's the put the ultimate pressure, because you do have players like let's see, Devin's got around 900,000. The Natural's got 140,000. Joey's got 765. Kobe, you saw him shove all in just a few moments ago.
That's right.
You saw him. You'll see him shove all in just a few moments. I'm gonna spoil the surprise. I walked in there and I saw it live when we were fixing the problem. So he has not shoved all in yet. All right. So Button moves around. No, he did shove all in a while ago.
No,
When he was in the big blind.
not yet.
Okay, so
Yeah,
just cue up for his next big blind. He is going to be all in. Action folds around. Hand number 7 to Joey V.
Spivey playing tight. Joey V +2. Weak ace, not good enough.
Jack wants his shot to double up, but you can't really do it with 9 high.
It's tough. Now, Baby Boy Cruz with the 6s here.
6s, 5s, traveling around the table.
Flying around. Getting around like my, well, never mind.
Look at this. Cruz only has 3 stacks of chips. Now he has 2. But that stack, the black stack, that's the chips. 25,000 per chip. Then you see those plaques right next to it. Those are 100,000. So Cruz raises it up to 80,000 over to Billy Ward in the big blind with 7-4. That's a scary. When you raise it up to 80,000, you've got to expect that they have the ace.
Right.
And he bets it like he has it. C bets it. Continuation bet. And Billy folds at 7-4, was unable to connect. That is Clyde's favorite hand, though.
7-4.
Maybe Billy paying a salute to Mr. Hinton.
In his own room, no less.
Yes, in Clyde's room. I like that. I appreciate that.
Now, if that flop hadn't come ace high, I think Billy would have been a little more aggressive with it.
Billy gave him credit for having an ace and an ace hit. Button moves around to Kobe, puts Mr. Spivey in the big blind.
Spivey wearing the shades. Not a whole lot of sunglasses at this table.
Except for Joey V's mirrors.
Of course. Keep the mirror tint right there. And the natural.
This might be it for Jack.
Very playable hand. Very shovable hand.
You saw him grab the 100,000. That was almost time. He's thinking about it.
Yep.
And look at that.
Just makes the call. Devin with the 5s. You're right, the 5s are getting around. Love that targeted raise size right there from Devin.
Yes, I mean that forces Jack to be all in.
Exactly. Ooh, Billy with ace jack off suit.
So if Billy shoves here, Jack actually did something really nice. Jack called with full intentions to call, but you have a raise, and if Billy shoves with ace jack, which he's not, or Spivey might with ace jack,
With the suited, yeah.
that's gonna give Jack the ability to fold at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Spivey calls the 80,000, and Jack says, "I don't have many. Let's see." And look at that.
Ooh, disciplined fold.
Look at that discipline. So now we have Ace Jack of Hearts versus Pocket Fives.
Classic race pre-flop. Can the fives hold on? Let's see.
Flop comes out 5
Wow.
2 7. That's got to look like a pretty safe flop for Ace Jack to c-bet. Devin really needs to check it right here, and it does go check check. Turn card comes an 8,
Uh-oh.
and that pretty much shuts Spivey down. Spivey's going to check check.
Yeah, Spivey has next to no equity on this board. Not a flush draw, not a straight draw, just the overcards. And Devin with the set. Bets it like a set. I like that. Almost a full pot size bet.
With 2 spades and 2 clubs out there and the straight draw, you can't. Spivey knows that he can't make that call, so he does release and let it go. Devin adds to his stack. He's now over the 1 million chip mark.
Wow. So we have, I believe, 3 players. Is that correct? Over the 1 million mark?
3 players are well over the 1 million mark. And if you look at VPIP, let's compare this to one of our cash games.
Oh, yeah.
What's a low VPIP for a cash game?
For a cash game, you're
Here
talking
at Kojack.
60, 70%.
All right, and our highest VPIP in this tournament is 44%. That's Kinsey, and Kinsey's playing big stack poker.
And, yeah, he's getting it in. He's using those chips aggressively. And even then, he's not getting out of control because his VPIP is well below 50, 60%.
Jack's chips are going in here.
Here we go.
Guaranteed. Well, he may call and let somebody else do it. He may play a little tricky.
Yeah, let's
Nope.
see. Nope. Full shove.
You cannot ask for a better hand than that to go all in with.
That's the ultimate right there. American Airlines.
So Jax looks down at pocket aces and action moves around. I can see Kinsey making this call. Kinsey or Spivey making this call. Spivey's, well, not Spivey's.
Yeah.
Got the Dolly Parton. More like Kinsey. Kinsey's got enough chips to throw around. He looks down at Queen 8 of spades. Jack says, "Hey, I got 1 ace. Oh, look, I've got 2 aces."
Oh, wait a second. And Kenzie making a loose call, but when you have that many chips, who cares?
And it's over. Jack
Oh.
doubles up.
Yep. Top set.
Kenzie
Kenzie did hit a pair.
Yeah, did hit a pair. So Jack goes from 115 to plus some.
There it is. Taking down the blinds as well as doubling up.
Well, unfortunately, Kinsey was in the big blind.
Oh, he was in the big. Okay,
yeah, so
I thought he was in the small.
If it would have been somewhere else, then he would have got an extra 40,000 chips.
That's it.
It's crazy the spots that you pick to go all in. And that's the thing about Kinsey being big stacked in the big blind. You can't really steal chips from him.
Right.
He's gonna look you up and make sure that you actually have the hand.
Yeah, he's going to defend pretty wide there. Wider than the Grand Canyon.
So here we go. Button now on Spivey. That puts Jack UTG 1 under the gun.
Oh, the Robbie Lou. Nah. He doesn't like those blockers.
Yeah, both Jack and Devin fold Jack 4, Jack 3. Cruz picks up ace 5 offsuit. I think that's, going to go. Kobe gone. Eric gone. Action's now over on Billy. Billy says, I'm
Ace
all in.
9.
Billy's not here to mess around. He says, I'm going to pick up the blinds.
He is absolutely not here to mess around.
Joey's going to have to look down and pick up a monster, but he's got 5 high.
Nope. Not quite the monster he was looking for.
So Billy just picks up 80,000 free chips.
Easy.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it must be nice to make a final table and then just every time you all in, everybody fold.
Right.
Just keep chipping up. And you can see Baby Boy Cruz, some of the chip shuffling skills right there.
Man, you can tell the experience of a player at a table just when they pick up a stack of chips.
Indeed. And Devin with the 8-4 under the gun. Not even close to good enough. Kobe's out of there. Billy, let's see what he's got. He's going to think about it. He's been shoving. No, he just calls this one with the... Oh, no, he does go all in, sorry. With the ace 3 offsuit. Liking those offsuit aces these days. It's a good open. Joey with the dirty diaper. Not even suited. Definitely lets that go. 6-5 offsuit. When you are short like that, all in to call.
Jack's wanting some run good. He's needing some run good to stay alive. You see the frustration when he threw out that chip? He wanted to defend, but he just could not.
Yep. And that's what it takes in tournament poker. Sometimes you just have to get lucky. You have to let the cards come to you. You have to get the right spots. You got to hope your opponent has just a slightly worse hand than you do a couple of times in a row.
It's all about timing.
It is. It is. And with those blinds going up, you can wait around. But sometimes the timing just ain't right. And Jack now in the small blind, committing a large portion of his stack in just that small blind. Spivey in the hijack. Lets it go. Joey on the button with the 8-7 offsuit. Might be time to steal the blinds, but with that short stack in the small blind, you never know what he's going to shove.
Jack can't do anything with 10-4.
Nope, and it is a walk. Jack looking at the button now, though.
Best position.
Good opportunity to steal some blinds, possibly. Kenzie getting a reservation for Dorsia, it looks like.
That was
a celebratory.
That was a Dr. Pepper.
Celebratory Dr. Pepper.
Yes, just so you know, that was a solid Dr. Pepper.
Let me smell that.
Yep. No Jack Daniels.
Not yet, at least. The sun is still up.
Yes, the sun is up, and it's poker time.
Oh, here we go. Kenzie, big stack. Ace King, making it look like a steal. Puts out one of those biscuits right now.
It's just nice when you can bet one of those biscuits. Look, Jack, this might be the time for Jack.
This is rough.
That is discipline. He's got discipline.
That is rough.
A lot of players, when you get to that point right there, where you have right around 200,000 chips again, and someone raises it up 150, that's the quarter of your chips. Your only move is all in or fold. A lot of players would see that ace and just ship it.
I'm one of them. I would have been there. Sometimes I just I get over it. You know, you just like, I've been here at the table for 6 hours. It might be my time. It usually is. Got a quick dealer change, so you know we're doing a bomb pot.
Oh, absolutely. Wouldn't that be crazy if you did bomb pots in cash games? I mean, in tournaments?
Tournament bomb pot.
Yes, that would be wild.
You talk about your high variance tournament right there. And just like that, we are back in it. Kobe now with the ace king.
We know what he has before he gets his second card. Graphics just a moment behind how fast our computer is.
Very interesting.
Kobe said, this is the point that I was talking about right there.
This is it.
Kobe all in the +1. Can't blame him. Ace king suited so beautiful, so sexy.
Definitely. And in those clubs, you just want to bash one of your opponents with those clubs.
And unfortunately for him, nobody got anything they could battle back with. He takes his chips the same way, sets them back. Doesn't show it. I like in tournaments. In cash games, they brag about their cards. Here, they don't. You don't pay, no play.
That's it. And we're at the point now where these chips, now that we're missing one from the final table, these chips are very valuable. 40,000 in the prize pool total. 41, I believe, right?
Yep, 41,400.
Yeah, so each of these chips is going to be worth a pretty sizable dollar amount.
Then when you add in the last longer 7,400, the players meeting 6,600, that's another 13,000 added to the top of that. That's actually 54,000 up for grabs just in a little 2-day tournament. $360 buy-in. I mean,
man,
$360. You got a chance for 7,000 plus.
Man, you talk about ROI there. And Baby Boy Cruz with the aces. You know, I was wondering, Billy folded a suited ace from under the gun. He's been liking the offsuit aces. He decided to get away from it. Maybe he had a sixth sense.
Look how calm, cool, and collected.
Yep.
Raise my aces, just go back to watching TV.
Just raise them.
Earlier in the tournament when there was 3 players left, he raises, gets no action. That's a sad sign for aces. You want some action. You don't want 3-way action, but you want heads up.
You want heads up. You want at least one caller.
So earlier, right at the beginning of the tournament, Billy got tied up in a hand with Braxton. And flop comes out XX10, turn card comes out of 10, and they bet the whole way, bet, call. And the river, Billy throws out, I think, 55-ish thousand chips. Braxton thinks about it for a few minutes. I think there was an ace on the board. There was an ace on the board. And Billy bets it, and Braxton calls, and Billy just slyly flips over pocket 10s for quad 10s. Braxton paid him off the whole way.
Well, right into the trap. And poor Braxton's been having some rough luck in this tournament so far.
Yes.
Kobe in the small blind.
Billy's all in.
Yeah, Billy's all in with that king-queen. That's a great shove spot with the big blind.
Him, and you notice Billy started the table with about 400,000 chips. Now he's up to 540,000 plus. Him and Kobe are playing the same amount of poker. They want to eliminate the calls unless you've got at least matched or beat hand.
Exactly. And you see the effects too. He's chipping up. He's chipping up. He's hanging on. Every time you take down the blinds and the antes, that's another free round that you get to sit and wait for the best hand possible.
So we're sitting at 20,000, 40,000, 20,000 right now. Hand number 17 of this final table. Blinds are about to go up to 25, 50, and 25.
Woo.
Got an hour break coming up in about 15 minutes. Look at this. Kinsey raising it up to 95,000
under the gun
with Motown.
Now that is a strong play right there. That just reeks of strength.
It's a bold move, Cotton. Jack looks down at Queen 9, can't do anything. Devin, Ace Deuce, can't do nothing. Baby Boy Cruz says, I check out. Eric says, I check out. Kobe says, I check out. Now we're on over to Billy.
Just got to get through the blinds.
He's got the Kojack.
Oh.
So I was going to say, if Billy shoves all in, Kinsey can't call.
Right.
Sometimes that's the only thing you can do to a person playing big stack poker.
Is put them to the ultimate test. Hey, Reese.
Yeah, appreciate that. Setting over at the River League in San Angelo, Texas.
Love it.
Mr. Reese has this up on some TVs, watching, rooting for some fellow West Texans out here. We truly do appreciate you. We did get a chance to meet you. Welcome out. Oh, no, this is not good news. That looks like that's Mr. Devin. Oh, that looks like that's Mr. Devin walking by our window. That's not good news.
Uh-oh.
So we'll see what happens here. We've got 9 players remaining at this point.
Joey looking at the ladies under the gun.
Oh, they are beautiful.
Smooth
twins.
call.
They are twins. Have a good one, Devin. They are twins too. I like this play, the smooth call. He's trying. This is exactly what he's trying to
get a reshove, and it works.
Jack says, I'm shipping it with ace 7. This is the best chance I think I'm going to get. Action's going to fold around. Kinsey might be able to call, but I don't think so.
Ooh, Jack 5.
Again, Motown again.
Back at it.
So look at this. Not even thinking about it. He makes the call. Jack tables ace 7 offsuit, and Joey V tables the ladies.
Tables the ladies.
Jack's setting about 5 to 1 to lose his hand. Oh, he's in the lead. Oh, no, look at that turn.
Disgusting.
Oh, he flops the lead, and a 2-outer hits on the turn, and Jack says,
man.
He's going to be polite about it. He's going to say, thank you very much, but he's going to say, nice catch, kid. He's got years of experience playing poker. He knows when you flop that top pair against queens that you're supposed to win that hand, and look at that. Shaking it.
Man, that is just gross. It's been a gross day today. This deck is showing no mercy.
So it looks like Mr. Jack King goes out in 9th place.
You okay?
And I'm good. My chair, I think, just broke.
Something happened to the chair.
Might need to start eating up some salads instead of ordering these double cheeseburgers. But just like that, we are down to 8 players. I had to double count my math just to check and
That's
make
right.
sure it was okay. So once again, Mr. Reese came out. He was able to see our room. He is from over in the River League, player out there. And had a good time out here. Got to see how West Texas works,
That's it.
how the cash games are wild and crazy. So if you are sitting at home,
We
come
do it
up.
a little different.
Yeah, we do it a little different. We raised to $50 pre-flop.
And you get 5-6 callers.
Yes.
You can get a family pot for $100 in the middle for everyone playing.
Moises, what's going on, baby? The chair is okay. And let's flip it around and see, just so you can see from home. It is okay.
He's fine.
I am okay. So joining us live, this is Mr. George in the Kojack's live booth. And Charlie coming to you from Kojack's in Midland, Texas. Back in the action. Look at this. Big Stack Poker just got bigger.
Gosh.
Ace Quisha.
Ace Quisha. It's great to have a big stack at the
Yes.
final table. It's
Yes.
even better to have great cards with a big stack.
Yes, because we saw him do this with Jack 5. But
Exactly.
better cards call for bigger raises. And so he says, I'm going to 3-bet it because Cruz raised to 80. Cruz min raised. He says, I'm going to 3-bet it with Ace Quisha to 300,000 chips. Now, Cruz only has 1.4 million.
Yeah.
You can't get frisky.
And I love it. It seems like, and this is probably where he's coming from, Kenzie, it seems like he's targeting Baby Boy Cruz,
He could be. And
trying to get that big stack out of the way and lock up some of those chips.
yes, submission poker right there.
Exactly.
Mr. Gonzalez, we missed you. I didn't get to see you this week. If you came in, appreciate you coming in. If you didn't, we'll have to get you in here. I do owe you a free daily,
That's right.
so don't hold me to that the next time you come in.
Love those wheel winners.
Yes, yes. So here we go. Button moves around. Cruz under the gun's not gonna push it. Action's gonna fold around quite quick. And just to give you guys heads up, there is 8 players. Next player does pull in $1,640.
Not a bad prize right there.
Look at this, 9-7. We've seen it with Jack 5. Hold on. We've seen it with kings, 6s, 5s.
Yep.
Jack 5, Ace King, Ace Queen. He is playing the dangerous poker. And look at this. He raises with 9-7. Joey right behind him. Let's go. But Devin, 2 seats behind, picks up pocket 5s.
Pocket 5s.
They've moved. This is the 3rd time we've seen him at this final table. And look at that.
Wow, 5 in the window.
And look at this.
Two clubs.
Kenzie's not going anywhere. He's got a straight flush gutted
Yes,
draw.
he does.
So this could be, oh, look at this. If Kinsey bets enough, that's going to force Devin to go all in, and that's going to force Kinsey to make the call. And Devin,
Wow.
there it is, all in and snap call.
Snap call. Let's see this ace of clubs come off.
All in and snap call. Will Kinsey's run good continue?
Yeah, let's see. You got the man.
There it is.
There's the club.
Oh, and no paired
Oh,
board.
man.
That knocks Mr. Devin out, and Mr. Run Good runs gooder.
Unbelievable.
So we'll go ahead and give him this.
Hey. Great job, my friend. Great job.
Look at this. We've got 7,739,000 chips in play.
Wow.
3,520,000 of them are sitting right there in front of that man in seat number 1.
It is right near half of the chips in play.
Yes, that man right there is, I think, a 2-time winner in Kojack's
Okay.
main events. Billy is a 3-time winner, and there was another 2-time winner, Mr. Braxton Dunaway. Let's go, Kobe. I see that, Mr. Jason. We got a Kobe fan.
All right.
And
Love to see it.
That's Kobe with an L, and the L stands for Lacey. So welcome out to Kojack's Live. We appreciate everyone coming and joining in.
Yeah, we're having a good time. We're playing some cards.
Oh, no, this is never a good thing because we are streaming 15 minutes behind actually what's going on. And Mr. David walks in and hands us a payout slip, but we won't ruin it for you guys.
Not gonna
we
ruin it.
promise. Not going to ruin it. But, hey, I'll take any bets on who goes out next, but I get to pick first.
That's right. Write us in the comments.
Oh, we got 2 Kobe fans. I like it.
Hey-ho.
Let's see if he can get some run good. Billy's all in. I just looked up.
Oh, man, Billy's all in with those 7s this time.
Didn't Spivey have around 1 million chips a little while ago?
A little while ago, it appears so. No, I don't believe he was.
Okay, out on
Yeah.
the final 2 tables, he did have 1 million chips. So Billy pushes all in right here, 520,000 with pocket 7s, and now behind him that forces Spivey as an all in to call this, and then look right behind him.
Ace Quisha in Kenzie's spot. Can he take all the chips right here? That's the question.
Oh, and he
He easy
calls.
calls. It's a suited ace queen.
Why not? I've got 3.5 million chips. If I lose, I've got 3 million chips. So here it is: pocket sevens versus a suited ace quisha. Billy does the bookmark stand up and let's get some run good. Here it is: 7-3-3-5 on the turn. He needs no ace, no queen.
Ooh, he fades it.
He fades it. So let's give it up for Mr. Billy
All right,
Ward.
Billy.
Uh-oh.
Taking some out of the bank over there, it looks like.
Mr. Moses, Kinsey is on fire, but that fire is put out by the fireman, and his name is Billy this hand. So Billy turns his 520,000 into 1.1 million.
Just like that.
It's so much more fun when you can talk in millions.
In millions.
In millions. Wow is exactly right. So Billy is one of the toughest opponents when he has chips.
That's right.
And that's all he was doing right there is he was trying to take his small stack, get it in good, and double up. That's what he did. Now he's got 1 million chips. The average is 1.28, so he's right behind average.
Might as well be at average when you have such a short player pool. Those averages get a little skewed.
They do. They do. So here we go. Hand number 22. And this is moving along.
This is.
We started at 2 p.m. today, so here we said at 6:30, and we started with 23, and now we're down to 7.
That's it. And then you start playing the short-handed game once you get down to about 6 and 5.
So 2 hands ago, Billy saw Queen 10. He would have shoved all in. Now he's officially doubled up. We on break? So here we go. Kinsey looks down, raises to 135,000. I didn't see it, but I bet he put a plaque.
That's it.
Block. We'll call them blocks.
Blocks. Got it. Legos.
Yes. So is that a 4-piece Lego or a 3-piece Lego?
That looks like a 3-piece.
All right. I like the way you think. I want some canes now.
Oh, man. I could definitely do some canes.
And we're talking Raisin Canes. Oh, to have.
Is there any other kind?
Never know. Sugar cane?
Sugar cane, sure.
So here we go. Hand number 23 is heading out. Peppermint canes. Yeah. Candy canes. I like that. Hand
Love
number
it.
23. 20,000, 40,000, 20,000. What's up, Baldo? Man, I look at you soon. I like that. That means you're coming in to check us out. Come in and check us out. We got a whole bunch of new promotions. We're running high hands every day from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Starts off at $300, goes up $100 every single day until it's hit. Whew. It was hit yesterday for $1,000 by Mr. Tony Castillo.
Nice.
So
congratulations.
Reset to 300 today. It just ended for the day.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of promotions. That really changes the dynamic in a good way at the table.
Bad beats growing fast.
That's it.
$10,000 headed up. So I'm starting to see a lot of blacked out names on our name list.
Uh-oh.
It began with 10. What will it end at?
Probably 1.
Michelle West. We got nothing but Kobe fans in this room.
Kobe's got a big fan group. I like it.
Yeah, we got Moses in here rooting for I think everybody. But we got Miss Michelle in here. We've got let me scroll back a little bit. James Taylor's wishing Eric Blank some luck. We got Lloyd in here. We got Jason. I hate to say it, but everybody's a Kobe fan.
That's it. Kobe.
No, you can't walk by a trash can without throwing something saying Kobe.
That's it.
You got to hold the pose, though. Let's see if he can get this run good going.
And we got quite the digital rail. A lot of people cheering people on. Love to see it.
Kinsey's got such a massive stack over there. Sitting over. Just one time, put me in a tournament. I would probably lose them in 3-4 hands, but just put me in a tournament.
Oh, man.
So Kinsey folded. So I guarantee you at this point, everybody else says, we're going to take a chance. We're going to stab at this pot.
Wiping the sweat off the brow. Still middle position right here.
Oh, look at this. Spivey's all in. I didn't even see that.
Oh, man, Spivey's all in.
350,000. Oh, you saw Joey's pocket sixes go in the muck.
Not good enough. Especially that early position shove. You got to think he is real strong.
So Baby Boy Crew's going to let it go. It's on Eric Blank now. 350,000 chips. That's half of his stack. That's half of his stack. I don't think he can call with ace high.
He doesn't.
So here we go, washy.
Smart. Smart.
I would tell you what my mom says about that, but I'll have to mute the mics. She's got a great sense of humor. She's a good poker player, too. I just can't get her in here.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Now we got some other fans. Shots on Kobe next weekend in Cabal. I like that.
Love
I like that. So where is Cabal?
Cabo?
Is that
Exclamation point?
Oh, that says Cabo. I can read that. So that's Cabo. I can read, but I just can't read. So we're all suiting up. We're all heading out to
That's
Cabo
okay.
with Kobe next week.
Let's do it.
What's going on, Travis? Man, missed you out this week. Leo, we got a Joey V fan in the building.
Love it.
The
Joey V with those glasses.
He looks like, is it Johnny Bravo? Yeah, I like that. Got a cool. Oh, now we got some fans coming in for Spivey. What's up, Mr. Chris Carter? Chris Carter was a big part of our players auction today. Helped pull in $6,600 in there, $3,300 going to the winner of the players auction, $7,400. Hey, thanks for giving me something to watch tonight, George. I think Travis is not. I think Travis is not a fan of Joey V.
Uh-oh.
He's wishing everybody good luck, but I think Travis might be a fan of George and Charlie. I like that.
That's it.
I like that. So
Hey, we need people on our rail too.
Yes. So it looks like Michelle's going to be taking us going with Lloyd and Kobe to Cabo next week. So we're going to have, what are we taking shots of, guys? Tequila, vodka? What is y'all's poison?
It's got to be tequila. If we're going to Cabo, it's got to be tequila.
But it cannot be cheap tequila.
Well, Cabo Wabo.
Yes. So Joey and Spivey over here. So I have not heard a fan for Baby Boy Cruz or Eric Blank. Well, no, we did hear an Eric. We saw some Eric fans out there, but we're looking for some Baby Boy Cruz fans. How can you not hate that? 1942, of course. Only the best.
Only the best.
Only tequila in Mexico. I like that. Let's get some.
We got some great minds all thinking alike right now.
So, beer of choice, Mr. Lloyd. What's your beer of choice? I do like Corona, and there was another one that was just like Corona, but it was Jimmy Buffett's brand. I can't remember the name. I haven't drank it in so long.
Land Shark.
Land Shark. I probably haven't drank one in maybe 10 years.
Those are tasty.
Oh, now I want one.
Ooh, man, those are good on the beach.
Hard to cheer for just one. That's exactly right. All good champions. Jesse White's going for Kinsey and Billy.
Love it.
Okay, we got fans all in the room tonight.
You love to see it. Very supportive.
Next player out. Next player out wins 26 Blue Moon.
Ooh, that one is my favorite.
So
too.
do you drink it with an orange or without an orange?
You know, if they don't have the oranges, I'm okay, but it's not the same without the orange. Good taste, Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes, Eric Blank looks down at King 10, raises, can we call this a buck and a squirt? 125,000?
Sure.
125 is a buck and a squirt, so.
And let's see, I think Spivey may have to call this one.
Spivey looks down, A6 suited. So what if Spivey calls and Kinsey, well, never mind, that took that out. Spivey shoves.
Spivey's all in there. Yeah, he's not going to commit half his stack.
And Kinsey folded King Queen. Look at that. That's discipline with a big stack.
And now Eric, the pre-flop raiser. Gotta wonder.
And he's not dead. He's a 6-4 underdog.
Oh yeah. This is a little bit worse than a coin flip. This is really not that bad.
Call, and Spivey's waiting to see.
He does make the call.
And they've actually flip at the same time. So in that situation right there, Eric called. Spivey's really got to show first. All cards have to come up before.
Skin them.
Yeah, skin them. I'm thinking buckets of Pacifico. I like that. 3, 6, 6, 8, and a king.
A king on the river.
Oh, and Spivey just like that.
Wow. Spivey's all right.
Yeah, Spivey might still be alive.
Oh, he
Oh, no, Spivey won.
Yeah.
Oh, sixes.
Trips.
Oh, I can't read. I completely missed that. Okay, let's go ahead and give a.
Oh, Charlie.
Oh, no.
Let's all point and laugh.
I thought he had A7.
Yeah.
Oh, so just like that, Spivey doubles up in a big way.
Spivey's hanging on.
And Zane's coming in with Kobe. So we got more Kobe fans in the room than we do poker players in
That's
there.
it.
So Kobe is by far the fan favorite sitting at this table. Spivey doubles up. I missed the trip. Sixes, 740,000 chips.
You're too pure. You don't want to look at the 666. I get it.
Yes, Joey V has gone to Showdown 100% of the time and has 50,000 chips of 100,000.
That's
So a million chips.
Kind of a double-edged sword there to win all your pots at the Showdown.
You don't want to go to Showdown because that means you got to take a chance to lose them. Yes. Ace Quisa setting in Kobe. Here it is. Kobe says, I am all in.
Here we go. This is it. Kobe fans.
Yes, Kobe fans, this is the moment you've been waiting for. He is all in. Ace of Hearts, Queen of Diamonds. Action flows around. Spivey, no dice, 6-3. Kinsey, reaching for chips.
Kinsey, oh, he's
9, so Kobe's got to catch a card to win. Ace or Queen. Joey V folds. Baby boy Cruz. He is gone, so we are heads up.
Heads up.
Cards on their backs. And
Classic
Kobe's
race.
Tournament life is on the line.
Wow.
Kobe fans, get out there and cheer for him. Let's go. Flop comes out.
Oh.
7, King, 3, 3. Looking for an ace or queen.
And it's a 9.
Oh, so full house. 9's full
Wow.
of 3s. And just like that, we're going to stand up and give an applause for Mr. Kobe.
Good job, sir.
We were rooting for him
You
just like
played
you
well.
were. So he goes out in 7th place, $2,020, heading home with Kobe. Geez, I know Jason, Lloyd, Michelle, y'all were all rooting. I saw somebody else up in here that was a Kobe fan. Zane's World, I love it.
Love it. Love to see it.
Yes, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the support for Kobe. That means a lot for Kojack's. Well, there goes the chat, right? We've got to get somebody else fired up
Yeah,
now.
who's the next favorite?
We got lots of people out in Twitch, Facebook land, and YouTube. Let's fire it up. And who is missing? Oh, Joey V's missing from the table.
Just taking a bathroom break.
Yeah, I think that's what's about to happen. I think everybody's gonna vote for a quick bathroom break. So during that time, we will pause for just a moment for station identification.
That's it. We are WKJL Studios. Kojack's live.
I like I see what you did there. There was a TV show that used to have call sign, and they said it in the beginning of it. First person who remembers the TV show that used to do the call sign live will get 2 free hours at Kojack's.
There you go.
Welcome out to W, and I'm going to stop right there.
Okay. Don't give too much away.
Nope. Not giving too much away. We've got 6 players remaining. Kobe just went out in 7th place. $2,020.
A nice little payday for the mini series event number 3.
So we're going to get that post up for Mr. Kobe. Well-deserved, well-played tournament.
Ooh, and Timothy says WKRP.
It's Cincinnati.
Just beats Kobe's
Just
KRP.
beat Kobe. What TV show is it from, gentlemen? I'll give you both. If you both can name the TV show, I will give y'all both 2 free hours. Waiting on it to come through. Start typing, Mr. Sneed.
I can tell you what it's
Yep,
not.
in Cincinnati. Come on. We got it. So we got 2 free hours for Kobe. We got 2 free hours for Mr. Sneed. Well played there. Man, Kobe's already on the live. I like that.
Already.
That was the name. I like that.
Good job, gentlemen. Use those 2 hours to spin it up. And just like that, Kenzie takes another pot. This guy is unbeatable. You got to wonder, was Kobe just kicking himself as soon as Kenzie, the Invincible, called him?
Yeah, Kenzie's running so hot right now. It's incredible.
He is just running hot right now. Kenzie with the Jack-9 suited under the gun. Let's see if he makes a play on this one. He knows he doesn't have to worry about Joey, so there's only 4 other players that he has to worry about if he wants to steal the blinds.
So I hate to say it, but this is one of the worst possible spots to get up from the table when it's 6-handed.
Very short like that, yeah.
So I do believe once we come back from this quick break, they ooh.
Oh, wait a second.
Break what?
What break are we talking about? Eric all in, trying to break somebody else's stack.
That's just enough to maybe force a fold from Billy and Spivey.
That's a huge percentage.
That's 355,000. That's 1/3 of Billy's chips.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, you can't afford to give away anything.
And Spivey's stretching like he's got not really that big of a decision to make.
So I do believe they're going to take a quick break. They're possibly talking outside.
All right.
So after this hand, we will take just a quick 5. That payout will go to Cabo. We'll go far in Cabo.
There it is.
Michelle, it's got to buy you, me, and George tickets to Cabo.
We're there, man.
So here we go, all in, and action is on Mr. Billy Ward. He's got a playable hand.
Very playable.
Problem is, it's a lot of chips to play it.
Yeah, and you know, with the king high, you got to worry any other ace high has you just to the slightest disadvantage.
But the K9 suited.
K9 is a great one.
And so he shows just the ace. That's all it took.
That's it. Ace was good enough.
So everybody is taking a quick restroom break. We're gonna pause the live, not the live feed. We're gonna keep the feed going, but we're gonna pause the volume so you don't have to listen to us.
Breathing.
I know, but we will be right back. So what it looked like is happening is they took a quick restroom break and they went ahead and chopped the last longer. Even Steven is what they're doing right now. We'll have the players coming back in just 1 minute. So it looks like we had 4 players that were in the last longer, 4 players in the last longer. So that was $7,400 that was chopped up between each of them. Ooh, almost $2,000 a piece, just 600 shy of $2,000 a piece. So beautiful payday, something extra that goes along with the tournaments. And this is something that each of them elect to do at that point in time. So we will be coming back live as soon as they all return back to the table. We'll flip it around. That way you can see. Unfortunately, George did have to leave. We'll have another guest host joining in here. But this is Kojack's Live, coming to you live from Kojack's. We've got our April calendar out. We've also got our West Texas mini-series calendar. That's going to be this right here. If you can see, West Texas West Texas Poker Championship Series. If you're familiar with Kojack's, we have 2 big tournament series happen every year. One of them being the Permian Basin Poker Series in the fall. The other being the West Texas Poker Championship Series happening every spring, usually right before the World Series of Poker kicks off. And if you haven't been out to Kojack's lately, we've announced a lot of new exciting things. See if I can get this right here in the camera where you can see it. Of course, it won't pick up on it, but this is going to be one of our 2-week series. We're going to begin with the Mystery Bounty Tournament. We can't tell you what the bounty is going to be, but it's going to be some big ones, and we've got guarantees set on these. That tournament's going to start on Tuesday, May the 23rd, and it's a $10,000 guarantee. Coming up on the Wednesday, we've got the ultimate $100 rebuy tournament. Joining me in the booth is Mr. Jake. We will call. I like the shirt, man. Have you seen on TikTok where they get those shirts and you can put your wife's faces on them?
I haven't.
We actually ought to try that.
My wife doesn't let me on TikTok.
Oh, no, I don't. I can see why. It has turned into something different. So we got the Mystery Bounty starting on Tuesday, the 23rd of May. Wednesday is the $100 rebuy. Thursday is going to be the freeze out. Then we've got our infamous Texas Stack. It's a huge deep stack tournament starting on Friday with 4 flights. Friday, 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and Saturday, 2 p.m., 6 p.m. Coming back on day 2, and also day 2 on Sunday. Also, we have the $50 Frenzy. We got coming up the week after that. PLO, round of each, Big'O, high roller with a $20,000 guarantee. And then we've got the infamous West Texas Poker Championship Series main event.
It's going to be a great series. Can't wait for it.
Yes, it is going to be an amazing series. Welcome out to Kojack's. That's where all the action happens. So we'll get you back to a full picture of the final table. Flop comes out. Jack 8 Jack. Well, Jack's out, but 2 jacks are on the board. So Spivey's got the best of that. However, Kenzie's got the biggest stack. And stack means everything at this point. Kenzie's got 3.4 million chips. You need those 2 hours, right?
Absolutely.
TV show, welcome back. Yes.
Kenzie bets and takes it down.
Yes, so we, what did Cody say? I want to play that Mystery Bounty. Sorry, Cody, you are 100% dealing that Mystery Bounty unless you say pretty please. We can always let you off for that. So Cody will be playing that. So if you want that Mystery Bounty, you never know what it'll take when you knock out Cody. He is easy up on the chop and block. Just kidding, pulling that in there. So as you can tell, he is that infamous cash register. So we do got 2 free hours heading over to Mr. Timothy and 2 hours heading over to Kobe. You were just a little late, Moses, little late. Pretty please. Okay, Cody, you can be off for the Mystery Bounty. He did say pretty please. I love it. I love it. So we got King Queen setting in Baby Boy Crew's hand. He raises it up to 100,000. Blinds right now are at 25,000, 50,000. Kind of pointing out to Jake so he knows where to look for everything. So he raises it up 2x, and right behind him, Spivey makes the call with the Kojack. Kenzie looking down, big stack poker. He's going to elect not to play that. Joey V, would it be 3 deuce? Oh, he's in the big blind. I was wondering, what the heck are you doing, Joey? But he's protecting his big blind. They've got big cards. He's got little cards. Let's see. You never know. Flop can come 3-3 deuce or king 3-3. That would be terrible.
It's interesting. Billy ended up folding. Oh, That's a great flop.
Oh my gosh, he flops the world, he checks it, he's going to try to trap somebody. Nobody expects anybody to be in this point with a 3, especially calling a 50,000 chip raise.
Expecting to see bet out of Cruz every single time.
So, and that's exactly what happens. Look like 120 Spivey. I thought Spivey was shipping all in. Joey's checking back. He says, what a great time to call the raise with 3 deuce.
Yep, just call. Nothing else to do here.
He can't ship over the top because, and that's what he does. I was about to say he can't ship over the top because Cruz will instantly fold. What he really wanted to do there was just slow call to
Just
look like
call.
he has the diamonds.
Just call and let, Cruz pick up something on the turn, let him think he's good, get a bet or even 2 more bets out of him. But he elects to just shove. There was a flush draw out there. You never can be too careful in this game.
All right, so if you guys did not know this, we have recently been purchased by a new group of owners out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We've got Mr. Michael Martinez, Mr. Smokey, and a couple other individuals. Kojack's is now under new ownership. We've got a few changes going around here. Got a couple big promotions. If you haven't been out and seen Kojack's lately, our bad beat is going to be flying up there along with promos. We've got the Flush Frenzy. It was already hit this month, but if you're lucky enough to hit 4 flushes, 1 of each suit, 10 higher, and both your cards play in between the hours of 8 and 3, then you win $5,000. And you think, man, that sounds impossible. Well, it was hit the 3rd day of the promotion.
Within 2 hours.
Yeah, and the guy hit all 4 flushes within 2 hours, and he even did it on our 1-2 table. 1-2 no limit hold'em. Min buy of $60, max buy of $300, and we only charge you $7 an hour to play that game. And he hit it 4 flushes in 2 hours and won $5,000 cash. That was Mr. Jeremy Brown, and he made the day 2 of the main event, so he actually pulled in even more money. He's run hot.
Yeah, and he even tipped the dealer $500.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Our players love our dealers just as we love each one of our players that come out here. So we've got high hand promos. The high hands start off at $300, and it raises $100 every day. Tony Castillo, I believe, hit it last night with quad kings. He flopped quad kings, pulled in $1,000, and Kojack's was awesome enough to restart it at $300 today. It raises up $100. So as you can see right here, back to action. Ace Jack. Joey says, I've got plaques, I've got chips. I'm going to raise it up to 190,000 chips. Back behind him, Baby Boy Cruz looks down at 10-6. Eric looks down at 6-4. Eric says, I'm in the big blind. I may pay 130 with this.
No, yep. It's too much of a stack. He can't risk it there.
Now, if it was Kinsey might re-push right there.
Yep, Kenzie can defend pretty much his whole range in those spots, but as the short stacks, you want to be very careful not to overexpose yourself with a weak hand. Joey did go like a 4x sizing as well. It's really hard to defend against that size.
So once again, we do have, just to go back to that, we do have new ownership, new games out here. We are implementing the 1-2 no limit hold'em, getting that going, $7 per hour. $60 to a $300 buy-in. It gives a whole new spice to it. And back to action, Spivey picks up kings, and he's got 455 effective in his stack. And all he does is raise it to 130,000 chips. That seems like so many at the beginning of the tournament when you start with 55,000. That's, 2 buy-ins right there. If you look at that, that's $360 starts you with 50,000 chips. So that's really, he just bet $720.
Yep, everybody folds. He didn't get the action he was looking for. On to the next hand.
In that case right there, especially this deep in this tournament, should you be raising that or should you be calling looking for someone else to make the mistake?
I think it really comes down to the dynamic at the table. I mean, if people are limping often, then it's fine. But if everyone's just playing their hands kind of straight up and opening, when you do go ahead and limp there, it's just going to look super suspicious and people aren't going to try to take advantage of that limp. It's super important to play into the dynamic of the table.
I wish I had the soundboard loaded up with "Don't be suspicious." Don't be suspicious. So here we go. We got some big hands. Look at this: Jack 10, Ace 9 suited, King or Queen 10, and Ace Quisha. We are going to have a pot here. Already 535,000 in the pot. Eric Blank is all in.
Wow, we did get a fold from Ace Queen there.
Yeah, Ace Queen folded. They are playing. They are playing final table poker is what they're playing. Action is now on over to Kinsey. Kinsey has Ace 9 suited. He snaps that call, and here we go. Jack 10 versus Ace 9. Eric Blank's tournament life is on the line. He's looking to catch a Jack or a 10. And here we go. 2 spades. That's good for Kinsey. There's the
Wow.
Jack.
Wow, Jack turns and
Yes.
holds.
Jack turns. Eric Blank is doubled up. Who is an Eric Blank fan out in Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, and YouTube land? We'll hit them all up there. Get all that social media covered. So who is an Eric Blank fan? Who is cheering for him? We saw.
I'm an Eric Blake fan.
I like it. I like to hear it. I am too. I'm a fan of everybody on this table. Everybody here is very well earned, very great poker player. However, the fan favorite is gone. The fan favorite is, there we go, James Taylor. That's who it was. What's up, JT? Welcome to the back to
What's
the
up,
room,
James?
baby. But Kobe, if he would have won the tournament, he didn't know it, but we volunteered him to take us all to Cabo and buy us 1949. He was unaware of that. So just to give you heads up there, Kobe, you were going to have to take us to Cabo.
Yep, this final table is stacked with some of the best players from around Midland and the surrounding areas. I mean, you see these players come in to these tournaments, and they're running deep almost every tournament. So it's no surprise they're here today.
So let's try out this table volume. We're going to turn up the table volume. We worked on it during the evening last night and today. So let's see if we can get it. We've got it turned up.
Oh, this is interesting here. Joey looks like he opened under the gun with King Queen standard open, and Kenzie defended his big blind with 7-6 offsuit, and he ends up leading out to try to take down the pot right then and there, but it's not going to work. Joey flopped top pair. He just flats, which I like the flat. You want to keep Kenzie's range wide and allow him to keep barreling. We got a 3 on the turn, just a brick. Doesn't change anything for anybody. Let's see what Kenzie decides to do if he wants to put max pressure on Joey here. And he does continue to bet here. This is very interesting. He goes with a nice sizing at 275,000. It's just too small to get Joey to fold here. I'm sure Joey's kind of confused of what Kenzie could be leading flop and turn with here. But there's just nothing else to do but just to continue to flat here. You can ship it in to deny equity to flush draws, but yep, and that's what he does do. He does ship it all in, and nothing for Kenzie.
Look at that look. Look at that look. He looks down at his chips to see how much this is going to cost him. He doesn't really have much to call with, but Kenzie has so many gears in his engine that there's no telling. We know he's going to fold. He has to fold here.
Right, of course. He just doesn't want to, let him know that he was bluffing with betting the flop and turn with complete air. He's got to sell it a little bit and make Joey sweat a little bit, but of course he's going to lay this down.
Look at that look. He's giving him the look, looking him up and down to find out what he has. Spin around here, Miss Crystal. I want everyone out here to see how wonderful you look tonight. Joining us right here is Miss Crystal Swanson.
Hi, everybody.
She is one of our floors up here, extremely exquisite. I like that. Looking very nice, and we're in a big hand right here. However, the hand's got to be over. Joey put the ultimate pressure. It's only 1,080,000 left, and Kenzie's he's forced to fold.
Yeah, he has to fold, obviously. He's with 7 high.
And just like that, we are on hand number 38. This has, it took a long time. We started with 23 players. It took a long time to get here, But once we got to that final table,
They start dropping like flies.
the big stack started playing big stack poker, and it didn't hurt that Kinsey had over 1 million chips at the start of the table. He wakes up first hand with pocket kings, wins. Next hand he has pocket fives, wins. Next hand he has pocket sixes, wins. Then I think he pulled up pocket fives again a couple hands later and won. So
Yeah, he's been steamrolling the table, making good calls, not giving anything away.
he's got a mound of chips. Here we go, Jack 6, Queen 7, into the muck. Spivey, he says, wait a minute, I got some chips. I got the button. I'm going to raise it up.
Yep, you got to raise the button with any ace here. Apply pressure to the small and big blind.
So we got JT saying he's going to have to come play the next event, and Spivey is all in. JT, we'll come back to that in just 1 second. All right, Spivey says, I am all in with ace 5. Joey V's got ace deuce. That's not a callable hand in that situation. Joey's got 1.8 million chips. It's too rough.
Yeah, you don't want to take that risk there, even though ace high is going to be ahead of a lot of Spivey shoving range on the button. It's just if you lose that pot, now you risk being in the danger zone.
Correct. And that was the right fold by him. He's got a stack of chips. He's not giving it up too easily. So, JT, you said you're going to have to come play the next main event. You're dang well right you're going to have to. But on top of that, I want you to know we've got the Road to Vegas promotion going on right now. Every tournament you play, you get 250 chips into that main stack. And in the Road to Vegas, we're going to be giving away a $10,000 main event, World Series of Poker main event seat. Plus, we're going to be doing a random drawing for a second WSOP seat. All you have to do is come out and play our tournaments, any of our tournaments, and you're going to earn points into that series. And speaking of that, we have 3 free rolls, 3 under our new ownership. They have approved 3 new free rolls. So we have a Monday No Limit Hold'em free roll, $2,000 guaranteed. A Wednesday PLO. If you're not familiar with PLO, this is the best way to learn how to play it for free.
Absolutely, and Spivey picks up ace queen in the cutoff. It's a standard shove with his stack size, and he takes it down.
We gotta teach Jake real quick. We gotta teach Jake that that's not called ace queen.
Oh, what is it?
Dante has renamed that Ace Quisha.
Ace Quisha, I love it.
Ace Quisha. Yes. So, JT, we've got the Monday free roll, No Limit Hold'em. We've got the Wednesday free roll, PLO, 2,000 guaranteed. And then on Friday, we have another free roll, 2,000 guaranteed. So you can come play 3 tournaments a week and earn 750 chips into that each week up until June when that promo ends. So why not come out and take a shot to win? All you need is a chip and a chair.
Absolutely, those WSOP seats are so valuable, and to get in on a big discount here at Kojack's, you got to take advantage of it.
So here we go. Action moves around, setting that hand number 41, 25,000, 50,000, 25,000. Baby Boy Cruz is starting to get in what's known as danger zone. He's got 830,000 chips. That right now, the average stack is 1.5 million, almost 1.6 million chips. So he's going to have to. You can't really just make moves with this table. You've got Alex Cruz, you've got Eric Blank, you've got Billy Ward, you've got Spivey, Kinsey, and Joey. They're all seasoned players. 2 of them already hold main event championships here. Multiple I think there's 5 main event championships in between 2 of those players. So you can't really just make a move.
No, yeah, you gotta pick your spots very carefully. Obviously, this final table is stacked with, like I said, some of the best players from around town. And, Cruz is one of them, and he knows how to pick his spots very well. So I don't expect him to make any mistakes, in this situation. So we got to open a min raise from Baby Boy Cruz. I like the sizing off his stack size. He's got a suited connector, 6-5 of diamonds, and Billy can't do anything with Jack 3 there. It's just a really bad hand to defend. It's going to be the bottom of your range. You got to pick some better spots. He's probably going to defend, Jack 7 suited, Jack 8 off, Jack 9 and up, but a Jack 3 just too weak.
Yeah, and it's too far from a connection. Jack is too low from the top of the line. The aces, the kings, the queens.
Especially because Cruz is going to be able to, c-bet. He's going to c-bet every board. He's not going to let Billy bluff him out on the turn and see a free turn.
So we do have 6 players remaining. Who will be the next out? What is your vote on in our chat. Chat, what's your next vote? Who's going to be the next one out? Will it be Kinsey with that mound of chips? Will he go on tilt? Will it be Joey V? Will it be Cruz? Will it be Blank? Will it be Billy or Spivey? Nobody wants anybody to go out, especially those players themselves. But back to our promotions. We're running our high hands from 2 to 6 p.m. every day. Starts off at $300. Every day that the high hand's not hit, aces full of kings or better, both whole cards must play, we will add $100 to that. Beginning May 1st, we'll put the flush frenzy back in play. Our bad beat is already at $10,000. $10,000. And we also have tournaments almost every day of the week. We've got the free roll on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 2 no-limit hold'ems and 1 PLO. On Wednesday, we've got the $120 freeze-out tournament. That's right, no add-ons, no rebuys, no nothing. 1 bullet and you're done. $120, that's good for the Road to Vegas promotion. On Saturdays, we've got the infamous Kojack's Deep Stack tournament. $240 starts you with 50,000 chips. That's a lot of chips for the blind structure. Gives you plenty of play time. And on Sundays, we've got that beautiful $120 bounty tournament. Every player that you do knock out, you earn one of their $50 bounties. Knock out 2 players, your tournament is paid for in full.
Well, here we go. We got a great situation here. Billy's gonna shove any pair from the button like he does here with pocket 2s. Kenzie's at near the top of his range with king queen, and he knows he can be ahead of a lot of Billy's hands here. It's gonna be interesting to see if Kenzie's gonna risk it and make this call.
So he is. So we see that he's about a house under favorite. Billy's a house dog, right? Or sorry, Kenzie's a house dog right here.
Oh,
he does make the call.
He does make the call.
1/3 of his chip stack.
I think it's the right call. Billy's gonna be shoving super wide here.
So here we go. King, queen versus pocket deuces. Billy's looking to dodge a king or a queen. And here it is, 5-4-7, king. That's not what he wanted to see. And a deuce. Oh, he hits a deuce. Holy cow. He hits that deuce on the river. Deuces never loses. Billy, a full-fledged double up, 970 to 1.89 million. Kenzie goes from just over 2.4 million. Or sorry, 2.6 million to 1,720.
It's a classic shoot-off here between Kenzie and Billy right now.
50-50.
Yep, I mean, that's what Kenzie was afraid of. He really doesn't want to double Billy up here, but he does need to make the call there with king queen, especially with his chip stack.
So players, give us your feed. We're gonna get the chat involved right here. Let's see if we can get it. Give us your feed for the next player knocked out. Give us who you think it is. Whoever is the first person with the right answer will give you 2 free hours at Kojack's. 2 free hours for the next person out, the first person with the correct answer. Let's see who you don't have faith in. We'll go ahead and we'll put this one in there. Who you, Baby Boy Cruz? That's who James says. All right. What else are your next votes? Uh-oh.
Wow.
So we got 2. We got 2 votes for Baby Boy Cruz. Baby Boy next. Baby Boy.
I'm sure he'll take that as a compliment.
Billy. So Moses changes his vote to Billy.
Do we allow that?
Yes, because it's the first one with each one. So we got one Cruz, 1 Billy. Remember, Billy just hit that fresh double up, 1.89 million in his stack now. Oh, Paul D'Addario, where the heck you been? And yes, Moses, you can change it. So Paul's got Brandon Willett's got Spivey. Mm-hmm. Just beat you in, Paul. So we got 1 vote for Baby Boy Cruz. That goes to JT. 1 vote for Billy. That goes to Moses. 1 vote for Spivey. Oh, Eric. So Baldo's going to take Eric. Don't really think he will, but just want those free hours. I like what you did there. I see what you did there. You're playing the odds. So we got 6 players left. Next player out earns $2,600. Joey and Spivey will get first and second. I like that. We might have something special for you if it gets in that order right there. But players, just to let you know, it's a lot of fun to rel them online. Spivey, there's JD says Spivey. It's a lot of fun to rel them on the line, but it's even more fun to rel them on person. Next time we have our main event coming up in the West Texas Poker Championship Series right around June 3rd. Come in here. Oh, Moss says Kenzie for sure. So I think that has everybody locked up except for, I don't think anybody said Joey. So
we didn't see Joey's name. That might be the fan favorite here as a dealer here at Kojack's.
Yes, we got two dealers at Kojack's at this final table.
Oh, that's right.
Spivey and Joey. So here we go. Joey says, I'm going to call that 50,000. Next action's on Baby Boy Cruise. He checks it up. We got three-way action. 1.7 million, 1.7 million, 855,000. Flop comes out, nines. In German, that means stop, stop, stop. Let's see who listens to the stop.
It looks like anybody that's going to put some aggression here is going to take this one down.
110. 110. We talk about it like it's a little number. That's actually 110,000.
Well, I mean, it's interesting here. We don't get to see Joey's card, so if he has any pair, he's gonna have to take one off here. But he doesn't. He lays it down, and Kenzie takes another pot.
Players, we actually just had someone text me. We do have interest for next Friday night. Next Friday night, we have interest for a 1-2 live stream meetup game. We'll put the game up on the list, but put your name in the chat if you would like to be in that list. Put your name in the chat if you'd like to sign up for a $1, $2, 60 to 300 max buy, no limit hold'em game next Friday or Saturday. Either one. First person to comment, or the majority wins on that. How about that?
And they are eligible for all the big promotions we got going on as well, right?
Oh, we got Spivey in the chat. So once again, yes, Moses, you already get 2 hours free for that trivia. Yes. So we got Spivey in the chat. The good thing about this, though, is Spivey's in the chat, but this is actually 15 minutes behind, so the hand's already dead and gone, so he can't see anything. So here we go. Cruz in the small blind. Joey V calling the 50,000 with 6-5. Actions over to Baby Boy Cruz. King 4. He says, I call. Mr. Eric Blank. They call him Red.
And I can see why.
Yeah, he got that. He's got that nicely shaped red beard. Mr. Rotan says JTLOL.
I don't mind this from Joey. I mean, you're going to get a lot of checks from the small and big blind once the flop comes out, and you can take a little stab at it. He does decide to let it come off on the turn.
So 3 spades on the flop. The only spade sitting in the hand is Joey V's 6 of spades. Nobody else. Eric's got the best hand right now with 10-4. Roger that, good buddy. He bets it like he knows it.
Yep, this is exactly what you want to do here. You want to deny equity to raw flush draws and just take it down here.
So he leads out with 110. What happens if Baby Boy Cruz shoves over the top for 700,000 more?
I mean, it's going to be Eric will throw up in his mouth if that happens. Obviously, Cruz can't do anything but fold.
That would have been a sick move, though. That would have been a real sick move.
Yeah, I have no idea what Eric would have done if Cruz did that.
Oh, so Spivey's in the chat saying, what the hell? Why are you picking me? Go out next. John Davis says, sorry, Spivey. I had to pick someone to get those free hours. So we're setting 6-handed. Somebody is going to go out in 6th place. They have to. That's the laws of poker. Down to the final one. So we've got all the votes locked up. We will have to scroll back a little bit in chat. We will have to scroll back. How's it going, guys? I'll have to come play the next main event. JT, we want you out here. We want to see you in here. It's been a long time since we've seen you. Lots of free roll action going. 3 free rolls a week for those who are new to poker or wanting to come out and check out Kojack's to see what it's all about. You've seen our free roll nights. What's it like?
I mean, it's packed. And don't forget, we got the free beer as well.
Oh, I forgot about that. We do have 2 different beers on hand. 2 different beers, and it's out of a keg, but we don't allow keg stands, but we do allow you to come out and enjoy, have some fun, drink some good old-fashioned burr. Not like the 1949 that we were talking about with Lloyd earlier, but it is some burr. Look at this. Kenzie's having trouble looking around his chip stack.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mountain.
And he looks
down at
struggles
10s.
to look around, and he just sees these 2 glorious pocket 10s sitting in his stack. What's he going to raise it to? I say $2. I was close, wasn't I? That looks like 175, maybe 200.
It looks like 225 here.
$2 and a squirt. Welcome to old-timey poker. So it's going to move around, and chips are back before we can even get everybody's fold in. That's how fast they folded to Kenzie.
And Billy folds the A7 offsuit in the big blind.
It's a good fold.
Yeah, no problem there. I mean, he can defend it, but you really don't want to battle with the other big stack. Yeah, you really don't want to battle with the other big stack at this point. You want to just chip away at those smaller stacks.
Oh, hold on one second. All right, we are back to action. Locks, the picks are locked up. Here we go.
So Joey V picks up a premium here with King Queen offsuit in the hijack. Cruz has an automatic fold with Jack 4 offsuit. Eric on the dealer button with Ace 4 doesn't want to fight. And Spivey in the big blind. He just has to lay it down. I mean, he's down to 400K. He really can't, speculate here. He's going to need to rip it all in or fold. We got Kenzie in the big blind here. Players are going to really pick their spots against Kenzie's big blind. He likes to defend. He likes to battle. They're going to be looking for premiums. Cruz has a standard shove here with King 10 hearts. Just runs into Eric's ace king. It's unfortunate for Cruz. He's going to need to hit a 10 or some hearts. No help to Cruz. And that's a good game for one of the fan favorites here.
Oh, Baby Boy Cruz went out. Baby Boy Cruz is out. Let's scroll back through the chat. Who was the first one to pick Baby Boy Cruz? Billy, Baby Boy,
James Taylor.
So let me make a note of that. James Taylor picks up 2 free hours along with Moses.
When are you coming down next, James?
All right, so we've got that in there. We've got it in there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we are down to 5. Alex Cruz just finished in 6th place. Congratulations, Alex Cruz. What an amazing tournament for you. Always a deep stack player. So here we go. Here's your 8-6 versus 8-7.
Eric just laid it down.
Oh.
And Billy decides to open the 8-7 offsuit with Spivey being the short stack to his left. Gonna keep putting pressure on those short stacks. And it looks like Spivey rips it in here.
Spivey's all in.
I like the shove. Ace-9 offsuits, and you're gonna be the top of your range, 5-handed. Billy knows he's got live cards. Spivey's going to have a lot of big cards in his hand.
That's the only thing he can have at this point is a huge hand. I mean, you're going to call it, you got to have it.
Yeah, especially when you get an open from a bigger stack, you're gonna just rip it in and hope you're ahead of their open.
So raise to 140.
Billy does lay it down.
I was going to say it's 300. That's 1/5, little over 1/5 of his stack. He has to let that go.
He just understands that if he loses that pot, it just puts him in a worse position, for the rest of the tournament.
Especially with the average chip stack looking right around 1.75 million. Come on, Eric. Hillman's in the house. It's Eric's turn for a title. Oh, good game to one of the GOATs. I love that. I Heart Oblivion. I like that name. So Cruz is one of the GOATs. He's a well-known poker player, especially in the Midland, Odessa area, a dangerous person. Unfortunately, the cards just did not go his way today. Sorry about that. I had the mic just a hair down. We got it back up. Mr. Hillman participated in the main event, and the cards didn't go his way. He's very capable of being here at this point.
Oh, and then we got another standard open from Billy. And Spivey picked up king-queen offsuit, but it looks like he did lay it down.
He didn't test his luck twice in a row.
Yeah.
Especially with Billy. It's hard with Billy to your right and Kinsey to your left. Spivey's in a terrible spot.
Right, yeah. He just doubled, and he wants to see if he can navigate and pick up a better spot. Eric in the big blind with ace-5 of diamonds. He's going to love to defend this hand, and he picks up exactly what he needed.
So does he check or does he bet?
He's going to always check. He needs to always check. Billy's going to...
Billy knows what he has right now. Just kidding, he doesn't.
No, Billy's gonna c-bet 100% of the time. It just favors his under the gun range. Eric's gonna have a lot of trash in the big blind, and Eric's just gonna call. He doesn't.
That call shuts Billy down.
It should shut Billy down. Billy doesn't even have a
check on this one. Watch this. I'm gonna call it check. I'm gonna call it.
There you good.
And then it's now
it's a rough spot.
He's gonna lead out. Eric's going to lead out for probably 100,000, and Billy's going to be stuck in that point.
Well, yeah, if he leads out for 100,000, Billy's going to call. But if he goes a bigger sizing, it's going to be tough.
It looks like 285-ish.
Yeah,
185. Sorry, 180.
It's really tough. I mean, the only thing that Eric's representing here, as far as bluff goes, is a missed straight draw on the flop, like a 5-7. Or like a deuce 3, something like that. That's all really that Billy's beating at this point. But yep, and Billy makes the excellent fold. I mean, a lot of players are going to look him up in that spot with the queen. I mean, you got aces and queens out there, but Billy just knows that Eric doesn't have any bluffs on that river. And the battle continues.
Yep. So you can hear that beeping. That means blinds are going up. Blinds are now going to be 30,000, 60,000, 30,000. That's 120K in the middle, up for grabs for whoever's first to take it.
And continues to put pressure on these shorter stacks.
Look at this, Edmund Ace, a.k.a. H52. Just kidding, Ace. For those of you who don't know, Edmund Ace is an insanely good golfer. And old Scott Armstrong likes to give him a hard time about anything that happens out there. So we got another Big Easy. That was the other nickname that I was looking for, Big Red. So Big Easy, I like that. Is he from New Orleans? Thanks, JT. Appreciate that. Lucky enough to have George and Jake in here with me.
And Kenzie opens the King 9 offsuit and from the cutoff. And Joey picks up a suited king on the button and decides to flat. I prefer a 3-bet here. You're just going to have a lot of boards where you just don't know where you're at. When Joey 3-bets, he has a tighter image, and Kenzie, will have an opportunity to lay it down. He wants to play, a king in position, so we'll see how this plays out. And they both flop a king.
Uh-oh. So it's going to be, well, actually right now, if anything comes out above a nine, if it pairs the board, they chop.
Yep, they chop, and that's that would be the best case scenario for Joey here. I mean, this is why I don't like the flat on the button, but Kenzie does go a sizing that's going to keep Joey's going to have to call.
If he gets away from this, that's going to be insane. And Kenzie's in the better position because he's actually free rolling. He's free rolling with a jack.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the high cards. A jack will be an action killer. So a jack would actually be a bad card for Kenzie.
Yeah, and scared of the ace.
Right. The only thing that Kenzie doesn't want to see is a 5 or a spade on the turn, which will, be detrimental to his outcome. And Joey does go ahead and make the call.
So here we go. 14 outs.
Okay, and just an absolute brick on the turn.
And that 7 puts 17 outs. It added the 3 other 7s on the board.
Oh, yep.
17 outs for Joey V. I think Kenzie just said all in.
It looks like he bet 600K.
How smooth and graceful was that bet with 600K?
Yeah, I mean, he just has such a great understanding of where his opponents are at. And I think that's also a great bet sizing. I'd like to see him go a little bit smaller because if Joey rips it in here, I mean, he really
He
can't.
committed himself.
Yeah, he's committed himself. I mean, if he goes a smaller sizing, he might be able to get away if Joey were to shove. But thankfully, Joey's still behind, and now he's in a terrible spot with King 5 here.
Joey's got 1.2 million in his stack. Kenzie's got 1.535 million. Look at that stare down.
Yeah, it's super tough. I mean, he knows Kenzie is such an aggressive player, and
Kenzie could be doing this with Queen Jack.
he could be doing it with air.
Yeah, with 3-2 like we saw Joey play a while ago.
Such a dynamic board. When Kenzie gets flatted by Joey on the button there, he just knows that Joey doesn't have a premium, and so he can continue to apply max pressure.
So let's see what the move here is. We are on a 10-minute break coming up in about 15 minutes. So here's Joey V pulling out the chips. He does make the look like call.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts only 600,000 in his stack. Only 600,000.
Yep. So I mean,
Both players are committed.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. Obviously Joey's just hoping for a check on this river.
Here it is, and that's a 6. That's the worst card in the world because that means Joey V is going to be, if he makes this call, eliminated.
And just another example of Kenzie being dialed in, going for max value here with King 9. A lot of players are going to slow down and check, myself included, but Kenzie just, he just knows exactly where his opponent is.
Max value and ultimate pressure.
Yep, it's a scary situation to be in.
Because let's say he had a jack in his hand, say Jack 10, Jack Queen. He can't make this call so he could get him to fold. And I think, unfortunately for Joey, he's going to have to make this call.
Right. When you
put
put
him in
it,
the self.
and he's put in so much of his stack, and that's the dangerous part about calling this turn bet, and now you're faced with the same decision on the river.
So it's easy for us to say that, sitting back here, we're not even in the tournament.
Right.
Imagine the pressure that's on Joey right now. He's thinking, do you have a misdraw? Did you possibly have diamonds? You could have had the ace of diamonds, 9 of diamonds. The ultimate free roll at that point. And he says, okay, I call. And he says, I have a king. And he says, I do too. He says, let's see it. King 9. And Kenzie says, yep, I've got
good game, Joey.
All right, so we're going to give applause to Mr. Joey V for going out in 5th place and earning $3,100 on a $360 buy, and that's 10x for 5th place.
That's not too bad. And I mean, he came in the last flight. He was working, and he really wanted to play and show what he can do, and he certainly did that today.
That's right. He late regged.
Oh yeah, he late regged.
Yeah, so he was already at a deficit, and he started today with 700 and I think 30-ish thousand.
Yeah, he navigated very well. I mean, there was a lot of big stacks out there, and kudos to Joey.
So there's Kenzie. Kenzie has been on a roller coaster ride today. Dang it, Joey, I know it, Cody. I know why. Right out in 5th place, 2 places from that payout and that players meeting, 2 places. Why, Georgia? Why? So here we go. Kenzie's got a massive. What do we got here? Oh, that's the blinds.
Yeah, I think he just stuck out his. Nope, Kenzie isn't.
Oh.
Kenzie's under the gun, and he's just saying
he didn't even look at his cards.
Yeah, he's just playing. Let's go.
He hadn't even looked at his cards yet.
There's no way Eric just folded ace queen off right there.
Yes, 100%.
It just goes to show. I mean, the pressure that Kenzie's putting on players. I mean, they're intimidated. They know that he's going to fire, regardless of what comes out, and they're looking to just continue to play snug and look for better spots.
This is why Eric folded. Average chip stack is 1.9 million, 1.934 million. Eric has 1.955 million.
But when Kenzie just opens 9-5 offsuit like that, what type of message is he sending to the table?
He's sending, you're gonna have to pay to play. And there's Spivey. Spivey says, I'm gonna pay to play. I am all in with 4 deuce.
Oh, okay. The hand's not over. Wow.
This
is some poker.
We're playing poker here. Here we go.
Yeah, this is incredible to see from Spivey. I mean, I think he just picked up on the fact that Kenzie's getting out of line.
I think he saw that Kenzie never looked.
Is that what happened?
I think he saw that Kenzie never looked.
Yeah, I mean, even then it's risky because it's only $500,000 in chips to call.
And he's got 3.5. So that's 1/7 of his stack to
This
make
this is a super gangster all in.
Are we going to see a call?
I mean, I
It's
think
crazy to think 9/5's ahead.
right. It's never ahead in Kenzie's mind, obviously, and
He's a 3-2 favorite to win this hand with 9/5.
I think that it's a fold, but obviously if he could see the cards, he would snap call.
I've always been curious if we were to put a flashing marquee in there and just flash the percentages like 61-49
Right.
or 61-39, if the players would think, am I the 61? I need to call this.
That's an interesting.
Not tell the hands, just tell the percentages
Right.
of the
Yeah.
hands.
That could be something to add to tournaments later on, mix them up a little bit. I've always thought it'd be cool to give everyone one button that gives them a chance to run it twice. In a tournament. I think it'd be interesting.
All right, so here we go. Hand number 55 of this final table. So hand number 55, Eric Blank looks down at 87 suited. Billy looks down at what? What's that hand?
Ace Quisha?
Ace Quisha. Yes, Billy makes the call. Spivey looking down. He'll play 4-2, but I don't think he'll play 9-2. And here comes max pressure.
I mean, Billy just deciding to flop the ace queen here is really interesting. I think it's because Eric has a tighter range.
And look at this.
Yep.
There goes a stack of plaques.
Yep, and Kenzie's just gonna, especially when Billy, this is the danger of flatting with the ace quisha there on the dealer button. It's just gonna allow Kenzie to rip in, all his pairs, and now Billy is just like flabbergasted. I mean, he knows that he can be ahead here.
Is he flabbergasted, or did he not want that to happen?
I mean,
he's looking at the blinds.
He obviously doesn't want it to happen, but he does think he's ahead here, and that's why he's perplexed on what to do.
Four players remaining in there: Kenzie, Billy, Spivey, and Eric. Correct? Kenzie, Billy, Spivey, and Eric
Yes,
left
sir.
in play. One player is put to the ultimate test, and he's not too far behind. He's got 2 live cards, 3 of each of them.
Yeah, classic race if Billy puts it in here.
And that's probably exactly what he's saying. Let's try this table volume one more time. So we don't know exactly what's going on, but Billy knows that it's a race. And Billy knows, I guarantee you right now, Billy thinks that Kenzie has jacks, 10s, 9s, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I mean, Kenzie is going to shove ace jack suited, ace 10 suited, a lot of hands when it goes open and flat on the button there to apply pressure to, some of the tighter players at the table.
And he knows that Kenzie might make this move against someone who's not as veteran, is not as seasoned as Billy. And he knows if Kenzie's making that move at this point, that he's got a hand. Or is it reverse psychology? Is he thinking the other way? Because that's all poker is.
I think a lot of it comes down to when Billy flats the button there, Kenzie just doesn't give Billy a lot of credit for having a monster. I mean, he would never think Billy has ace queen here, and that's kind of why Billy. That's why Billy flatted is to control the stack sizes with Eric, but also and he does make the laydown. I mean,
that's a monster laydown.
Yeah, it's a great laydown because
it's the right one.
Yeah, it's an amazing laydown.
You can't win a tournament unless you can lay down aces after the flop.
He just knows how much value is in getting to this, through this next pay jump and, being able to fight for first place.
So we got 4 players left. 4 players left, chat. Who do you think's going to win it?
Wow, and Billy picks up jacks from under the gun, and Spivey has 4s. This is gonna be interesting. I can't fault Spivey for ripping it in here, but
this is where it's going to end, I think. So Jack's on there. Billy's got Jack. Spivey's got 4. Kenzie's got Queen 9. That's a playable hand too.
Yeah, I mean Kenzie can, yeah, and that's a great fold from Spivey. I think if it's just folded to him, he can open and he can shove. And Kenzie electing to fold the Queen 9 suited in the small blind's fine. Anytime you're out of position, to a great player with, a medium Broadway card, you can get in these sticky situations. Queen 9 of diamonds is very pretty, but, this isn't a cash game. I mean, a lot of value goes to these stronger hands, and just Kenzie showing why he's one of the greatest players in Midland.
Yes.
All right, we got a small blind on big blind situation approaching, and Eric electing to pop it out of the small blind against Billy's big blind. I do think this is standard. It's the best play that he can make. He doesn't want to let Billy realize his equity for free.
So we're going to flip over right here, wave out hi to everybody in Facebook land, Twitch land,
Yep.
and YouTube land. I want to tell my wife and my mom hello. I love you guys. Same right here with Mr. Jake. So we love y'all guys. Thank y'all for your support, but most of all, thank you for all the Kojack's members and poker players out here for making this possible for us. Oh, she just texted and said she loved me too.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I am loved. See, y'all don't believe it, but I am loved. I don't know how she puts up with me, especially my mom. However they can put up with me, thank you guys for that. Appreciate it. So here we go. 4 play. Smokey Brown, that's a shiny head. You know what? We got to go back one more time, because if we're not careful, we do have to make it where it does not mix in with that white wall.
Well, you do wear a bald head very well, I got to say.
Thank you. I got lucky enough to have a round bald head.
Yeah, you don't want to see me with a bald head, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, look like you just got out of prison where cornrows were tied too tight.
Let's not talk about that.
Someone turn off the lights. Absolutely. I got to stop using that wax on this top dome. So here we go. Oh, I thought that was all in.
What that's got to be tilting for Spivey, finally picking up a monster. And he just gets no action.
Nobody's got nothing. So here we go. We are going on a quick 10-minute break, but you'll get to listen to us talk for that 10 minutes.
Oh, how lucky.
How lucky. What we're going to do is we're going to come in and color up the stacks, because when you've got a ton of chips like this in play and there's a lot of bets and players are betting, 390,000, they're pushing out 4 stacks of pink. That's a lot of chips for the dealers,
Right.
slows the game down just a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in and color up these stacks, suit the cards, make it out to a fresh deck where that's the way it can go. But we're going to flip around. That way you can see our beautiful, beautiful faces one more time. That way that's not all you have to look at. Once again, what do we got right here, Mr.
We
Jake?
got the Kojack's WTPC series coming up with over 100,000 guaranteed. I mean, look at all these events on this flyer. I mean, I can't even go down and read all these. You've already done it a couple times.
Yeah, so we've got 2 weeks of events. We've got some of the returning tournaments, like our Texas Stack, our main event, the No Limit Hold'em High Roller. That prize pool usually gets up in the $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 range. Is that a $1,000 buy-in for the High Roller on week number 2? It'll be right down in this area right here.
Oh, yes, it is.
So it is
A 980 buy-in with
Yep.
a 20,000 guaranteed prize pool.
and it usually doubles that. So be ready for some high roller action. We've also got the Big O tournament, the PLO tournament, the Texas Stack tournament, and the main event and the freeze out. But we've introduced some new ones this year. We've got a mystery bounty tournament. We don't know what the bounty is going to be. You don't know until you get knocked out what your bounty is. So that's going to be on the first day. I think that's got a $10,000 guarantee on it.
Oh, yeah, and I expect that guarantee to be smashed. I mean, mystery bounties are all the trend in tournament poker these days, and I do believe mystery bounties are the future of tournament poker.
Then we've been knocking it out of the park at Kojack's with our introduction of our 3 free rolls. So each week we have 3 free rolls. So what we're essentially doing is introducing introducing new people into the face of Kojack's who may have never heard of it. We've been around for almost 5 years now, but there's a lot of people in Midland, Texas who haven't seen it or heard about it. So this is a chance. We've introduced a $50 frenzy on the first Sunday of the West Texas Poker Championship Series. And we've also got the $100 Crazy Hat Rebuy Tournament. Come in and check us out. That's 2 tournaments where you can come in. And do we have guarantees on those 2? The $100
Yes,
rebuy?
we do.
What are they?
5,000 and another 5,000 as well.
So for a $50 tournament, we're guaranteeing 5,000 in the prize pool. For the 100, we're guaranteeing another 5,000 in the prize pool. And if you don't know about Kojack's, we tend to crush our guarantees. We guarantee 25,000 in this tournament, and we're paying out 41,500 plus all the side action. We're paying over $55,000. We guarantee 10,000 in the Big O. We got it on up there around 13, 14,000. We guarantee 10,000 in the PLO also, and the prize pool got up the same. So we have 2 huge 2-week tournament series. This one starts May the 23rd-ish.
Yes, sir. And this is just incredible for the newer players to be able to come in and get in part of this action for such a small price and even free.
Absolutely. When you talk about free, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be running a ton of satellites coming up these next few weeks for the main event. What's the buy-in of the main event?
It's a 360 buy-in.
So we like the 360 buy-in. That's the key spot where you can fire multiple bullets and get a huge return on your buy-in. When are the 2 5K tournaments? Well, Brandon, we've got something great. I'm going to grab this right here, and I'm going to give you the exact dates. So the $100 rebuy is on May the 24th, and the $50 frenzy is on May the 28th. That is going to be a Wednesday and a Sunday. That's going to be for $150. You can fire 1 bullet in each of them for a chance at $10,000. You could be lucky enough to walk away the winner of both. And if you don't believe me, you can't see me pointing, but this gentleman sitting at seat number 1 over on this final table, a year back, he won 5 of the events. 5 of the events in this. If anyone bust out early, always cash tables going. JT, you are 100% correct. You are 100% correct. We've been picking up action. We've reintroduced the 1-2 no limit hold'em, $60 to $300. That table charge is $7 per hour. We also have our infamous 5 on the button, where you can buy in and walk out with a ton. It's a little more dangerous game, a little more risky game. Risk versus reward, it's there, but the safe bet is the new 1-2. It is up, and that 1-2 table is eligible for our bad beat. What's that sitting at right now?
It's at 10,000. I mean, and it's going to be up to 50,000 in no time. It's incredible. I mean, I challenge any of you guys to go find a 1-2 table that's going to charge you $7 an hour in Texas. You won't find it.
Not anywhere. And the great thing about that is on that 1-2 table, all of our promos, and this means every one of them, are eligible to hit on that. Just ask Jeremy Brown. Jeremy Brown came in, hit 4 flushes within 2 hours. 10:40 p.m. was his first one, and 12:45 was his 4th one. And that gentleman walked out not only with 23rd place today, he was the first one out today, but he walked out with $5,000.
It was incredible to see it happen that quickly as well.
It was neat when we went back to verify it all on camera. He was jumping up and down. The whole room was applauding. And at 12:40 at night, we actually had 3 cash games playing to try to hit that promo. I mean, why not? $5,000 for playing 1-2 for $7 an hour?
Oh yeah, you got to love it. There's always cash rolling here, and you got to come down and take a part of it.
So we're gonna peek back at the screen back here, see what we got going right this minute. So that's the great thing about here. We've got 1 table open. We are just now, as we are just now, that I am opening up the second cash table. We've got 5 players on the list, so it is RTG ready to go. 2 cash games are now rolling at Kojack's. We've got the final 4. We're going to call them the April 4. If they can call them the November 9, we can call them the April 4. So April 4.
Not April Fools.
That's what I was about to say. We missed it. So, JT, we do have some wonderful tournaments, plus those 3 free rolls next week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't miss out. Get those points for the Road to Vegas series as it's getting close. Hey, look at this. Mr. Josh Dent sitting down in the booth, not wearing, last time he dealt, he wore that one earring.
Right.
And everybody gave him such a hard time. So he's wearing the nice looking hoops tonight. So, JT, we do have those 3 free rolls next week. And then coming up May the 23rd through June the 4th, we have our West Texas Poker Championship Series. We've got these flyers all around the room. We've got billboards. We've got signs up. Come out to Kojack's. It's something different. Excuse me, I did just spit right there. But it's something different. Hey, look at that. That's kind of cool how they put the cards.
Man, these dealers down here, they're incredible. I mean, every single dealer is just seasoned and knows exactly what they're doing. It's great to have a game run so well.
It is awesome. And as they start coming back to the table, what they're discussing right now, they're going to color up some of those pink chips, I think.
Right.
But I think Josh actually asked, hey, would it be okay if we colored up about 1 million of them? Because it looks like, just by quick count, he's got 1.4-ish, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. He's got 1.6 plus million just in pink at the table.
And it does help the dealers because they're constantly looking at stacks and they got to verify everything and
Every bet.
see what the all-ins are. And, you know, if we can get some bigger chips on the table, it's just going to help the game run way smoother.
Absolutely. So here's my question to you out in Facebook and social media land. Who likes sweet pickles? These are the greatest things in the world.
Oh, God. Don't get me started.
Oh, those are the greatest thing in the world. My wife brought some up last night. I ate some tuna fish, and I eat sweet pickles with my tuna fish. Everybody thinks it's disgusting until they
Yeah,
try it.
they're right.
Oh, come on. Come on. You cannot pass up this snack right here. Cheetos and sweet pickles.
Look, we're going to have a talk after this.
Breakfast of champions. Breakfast of champions. So let's see on this table audio if we got it going. We don't have it going yet. We are trying to get it going. So we will have it going shortly, hopefully, for you guys.
Oh, Brandon says he only gets homemade pickles from his dad and never bought at the store. That's what
Okay.
I'm talking about.
All right. So speaking of homemade pickles from your dad, are they dill pickles, sweet pickles, or bread and butter pickles?
Well, don't forget the kosher pickles.
Oh, there's no such thing as a kosher pickle. You have those 3 flavors. Love me some sweet pickles. That's
Jamie,
what I'm
come
talking
on.
about. Love that right there. So I'm showing Jake what my wife is texting me right now.
She's right. She's right. They are gross.
She says all pickles.
Oh,
are
no,
nasty.
nope. I got to throw 2 thumbs down on that one.
Yeah, all pickles matter, babe.
I
All
love
pickles.
salty garlic pickles.
Salty garlic pickles.
I'm
Those
gonna
are
stop,
good fried.
I think we should stop talking about pickles.
Those are good fried.
Okay.
You ever had a garlic pickle fried? I think
Yeah.
Chili's does them.
I think you offered me one earlier today.
Oh, man. We had some Roadhouse fried pickles, speaking of loving pickles. So, Brandon, what I'm going to, the sweet, yes. I like that. So you're talking about homemade pickles? You got to bring me some so I can try them. I am like the ultimate tester. My grandma used to eat sweet pickles and cheese, and she got me started on it. My mom eats it. I eat it. My wife does not touch that. She thinks that's some of the most, she says I'm actually pregnant. She says, what are you, pregnant?
You eat your pickles with ketchup, correct?
On my hamburgers,
okay, all right,
yes. And if everybody didn't judge me, I actually probably would dip a pickle in ketchup. I think I might get judged on
I
that.
won't judge you, I promise.
Yes, so here we go. We're starting to head back. I'm trying to see that clock. It looks like we just started back, so welcome back to action. We're going to kick it off these beautiful domes, and we're going to throw you back to the people, and here it goes. What's up, DJ? Is that Donnie Johnson? Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that. Joey V walking by, getting ready to sit down at that second cash table. What up, Charlie? Donnie Johnson. We love some DJ. Love all you guys out there. Man, speaking of that free keg beer out there, I sure would like to have some of that in here. I wish we could drink and commentate. That would be a
You're
lot
on
more
the job,
fun.
Charlie. Come on.
All right, so here we go. Under the gun, Billy looks down at the 69. He says she got Spivey's got some Benjamins, some big face Benjamins. Look at that.
Yep, that's part of his last longer. The players did decide to chop that last longer 4 ways and for 500 apiece and play for the rest. So
Oh, so there was 7,400 in it. They chopped 500 apiece, took 2,000 out. So that
Yep.
puts 5,400 still up top.
yep. So the winner will get 5,400 on top of that first place prize money. You know, that's what's great about Kojacks. You get so much side action. Everyone likes to gamble. And it just makes it way more fun.
So I can validate this. I'm not going to say the players who, but there was even a $500 last longer between 3 players that got up there in money. Whoever made it the furthest got it all. And one player made it to day 2, and he pulled it all in. And that last longer, from the rumors that I hear, was right around first place money.
No way.
Absolutely.
I did hear a sniff about that.
Yes. Hey, Jamie, where is Twisted Root? They have great pickles? Reese, I thought about buying your last longer. I really wanted to. So here we go. Action. Billy opens it up. 200,000. Blinds are 30, 60, 30.
Yep, Billy going with a 1.4x sizing. And
Eric's going to tag right along.
Yep, Eric picks up a premium in the big blind with king queen offsuit.
That's unfortunate for him because he is down to queens on this.
Right.
So here we are, heads up action. That's the pound by the dealer to let him know the board is coming. Flop comes out 8, deuce, 3, 2 diamonds.
Yep, and Billy loves this flop. It just doesn't connect with a lot of the big blinds calling range.
And Eric is, possibly thinking the same thing. Great burgers too. San Angelo, Texas. So that's what we got to do. Jake, how come you didn't know about that? When I said,
Oh yeah, Twisted Root. I take my daughter there all the time. She is gluten free. Don't knock me, but they have great burgers. They have elk burgers, buffalo burgers. It's a great place. They got great beer. Next time you're in San Angelo, go ahead and check it out and run by the River League when you're down
Absolutely. So here we go. Eric check, Billy bet.
there. Yep, it went check on the flop, and Eric didn't pick up anything, didn't want to stab at it, and Billy bets to deny equity to the diamond draws and takes it down.
Kenzie's chips are just flat sexy.
Did we not get a color up?
No, he didn't want to.
Yep, I like it.
But there's nothing stronger in poker than having to look around your chips to see the cards.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat as Kenzie there. I never want my chips to be colored up, but it is part of the game.
Yeah, one of my things, great milkshakes. I am a milkshake man.
Peanut butter?
Peanut butter banana with some chocolate syrup. Oh, now I want one. But it's so strong to have a chip stack like Kenzie has right now. It speaks for itself.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows? There might be some intimidation factor, keeping that mountain in front of him.
Mm-hmm. And he's got over half the chips in play. So, guys, what's y'all's favorite milkshake? JT, what is your favorite milkshake? If I have my choice, I'm going to take blueberry banana with vanilla ice cream and a spoonful of sugar to help the medicine.
Did you say blueberry?
Yes,
that
blueberry.
sounds tasty.
Oh, man, anything blueberry is great. So Kenzie looks down at 5-4. Even big stack poker, that's not good enough. 8-6 is going to have to go in the muck. So it's going to be, it's going to be a battle of the blinds. Okay, it is going to be a battle of the blinds.
Yep.
We've got 35,000, 70,000, 35,000 right now.
Is Billy down to 800K?
Yes, he is down.
Okay.
He is the short.
And
he's now the short stack.
He makes a wise fold there with his stack size and Spivey having a little bit more chips than him. He really can't afford to lose any more pots.
Nope. JT says chocolate or strawberry. No fruit in the inside of it. You got to have some good stuff.
Strawberries are fruit.
Hey, you know who has good shakes in Midland? Bob's Better Burger.
Oh, that's your favorite burger.
Oh man, Bob's has been around since before I was born. I'm pretty sure they still have the same grease.
Is that the one with the little boy statue on top?
Yes.
Okay, I've had it.
I'm pretty sure they still use the same grease from 1940, but man, it is tasty. So here we go. Motown folded over to Kenzie 7-4. We call that the Clydester out here. That's his that was his favorite hand. He pulls in and adds. He's pushing 4 million.
Wow.
7.39 million or 7.7 million chips in play, and Kenzie's on his way to grabbing them all right now. He's definitely the favorite by chip stacks.
Yep, and Kenzie can have play his whole range now just to apply pressure to the blinds. There really isn't a hand that he needs to fold because as soon as he raises, these players are playing fit or fold.
Here we go, Quincy. I'm trying to say Queen and Kenzie.
Maybe
Kenzie.
that's the new nickname for Kenzie.
Right. So here we go. Jack 8 suited. Eric better not get too fancy here. Billy's already raised to 200,000. Eric's in the big blind. He's got.
That's a wise fold.
Yeah, he's got a ton in there.
Jack 8 suited's a great cash game hand. It's a great hand in early parts of the tournament, but when you're defending your blinds four-handed, playing for your share of over 7,000, I mean, it's just wise to let it go.
Yep. So this right here, it's not necessarily enough, all about cards. This is about picking the right position.
Right.
So the position is really under the gun and the button. That's the two best positions.
Right. Yeah. You're gonna have to, apply pressure to these big blinds and hope to just take down some pots.
Here's Kojack. That's the Kojack, the KJ. That's our name and likeness right there. He raises with it. Actually, he just started reaching for chips.
And Billy laid it down. Yeah.
Billy said, hold up.
And I like what Eric's doing here. I mean, Billy is too good to let him realize his equity on the flop for free. He's raising his big blind, and Billy just can't fight back and shove weak.
Nope. And we've got 4 excellent players sitting here. Kenzie, multiple championships here at Kojack's. Billy, multiple championships. Spivey, he's just now breaking out on our, I guess, our
Leaderboard.
tournament scene. Not our tournaments, but our series scenes. But he's got a ton of tournaments under his belt. And Eric is a deep run tournament player every time. He kills the cash games whenever he comes in. So it's really just whoever gets, I'm not going to say lucky, but whoever gets the river in their favor is
Yeah, I
living
mean,
there.
Spivey, I witnessed him win 2 tournaments in the last couple of weeks. I'm pretty sure he won another one before that.
He won in the last series.
Yeah, I mean, he's a hell of a player. He looks so comfortable, you know, when he's betting, and you know, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with at these upcoming series.
I will say this: Eric's only flaw is he's wearing a Los Angeles Dodgers hat.
Yep, I mean, I'm from the Long Beach, California area, and I'm an Angels fan. So I mean, if you're a Dodgers fan, I immediately lose respect. No, I'm just kidding.
What about the Lakers? We've got 2 LA fans there sitting in seat number 7 and 9.
People were talking about Lakers, and I was surprised there's so many LA fans here in Midland, Texas.
Billy Joe, what's up, Rachel? How's it going? Flop comes out, ace of diamonds, 3 of hearts, 5 of clubs. That just smacks Eric in the neck. But Kenzie's going to lead out.
Yep, Kenzie's just going to apply max pressure on every board and just hope these players fold.
And what sucks about this flop right here, the downfall about this with Eric's ace-6, is his kicker's playing right now.
Right, and you know, he blocks a lot of the draws that Kenzie, you know, would be betting out with. So there's nothing to do but just continue to flatten and keep Kenzie's range wide. But it looks like he's going for a raise here.
The worst card that Kenzie could float one. He's got plenty of chips to float one. The worst card that Kenzie could see would be a 6.
Right, it's going to give him the open ender.
And that gives Big Easy the 2 pair.
Yeah, and I you know, on second thought, I don't really hate the raise here. You know, there is a one-liner to a straight. You know, if a deuce comes off,
You represent it.
yeah, I mean, he's going to be in a terrible spot because Kenzie's going to definitely continue to lead that card.
And Kenzie is under the gun. I mean, not under the gun. He is the big blind. So he really could be playing something like King 4 suited,
Right.
King Deuce suited. So there's a lot. And poker's all about your story that you're telling. How your story makes sense. If it makes perfect sense, you'll get the fold. If there's a hole in your story, then you're going to get a call, sometimes re-raised. Josh's been hitting the gym now lately. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, Josh is an inspiration. I mean, he told me his story. Used to be a lot heavier back in the day. Showed me some pictures. I couldn't believe it was the same guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. He has gone through a physical transformation, and he is ripped now. So here we go. Kenzie does do the right thing right there. Lay it down. Big Red gets away with one. I say gets away with one. He does not get away with one. He had the best right there. 690,000 chips returning to his pot. So look at the VPIPs up here on the board. We've got Kenzie sitting at 39%, Eric Big Red sitting at 20%, Billy Ward sitting at 22%, and Spivey in the cellar at 19%. Now, have you seen our cash games that we usually live stream?
I have.
What is an average VPIP in those?
70%.
Yes, none of these players would make it on there. But there's a big difference here. They're not
Right.
playing for the $500 or $1,000 in their stack. They're playing for the $7,000 sitting up top, this $5,700 second, $4,000 third. Spivey's going to look down. He's on the button. Ace Jack. We hadn't figured out a nickname for that. What's a nickname for Ace Jack? Blackjack?
Ace Joker.
Ace Joker. What's a nickname that we can start calling Ace Jack? We need something new to go by. So put it up there. We'll give a vote for it. Give us a nickname. We got Ace Quisha. Spivey's going to raise it up. He's got one of those beautiful 100,000 chip plaques. Slides out there, just looks so smooth and stealthy.
Yep, and no player has anything to fight with and just takes down another pot.
That's the only thing about this. You know, in a 9-handed table, you get Ace Jack, you raise it up. You're going to get probably 90% of the time, you're going to get a caller. 4-handed, it's whether or not they have the cards. If you get a caller 4-handed, you got to be worried they're calling with Ace Queen. They're calling
Right.
with Pocket Queens.
Right, and you're just happy to take down the blinds. They're so valuable at this point.
140,000. That's how valuable they are if you're not in them.
And Spivey's done a great job. He started the day 2 with 170,000 in chips. You know, got passed up in the call cutout. for $175. I mean, this guy is just proving everybody wrong today.
Okay, now you, JD, Ace Jacks, I like that. JD, you're going to have to spell that out where we can pronounce it, because I got like Ace Jaquia. Is that correct, JD?
I like that.
I like Ace Jaquia.
I mean, it's going in line with our Ace Quisha.
Yeah. I like it. So here's Billy. Billy's going to be calling a raise from Eric Blank, Jack 5 versus 10-9. Getting a little frisky.
Yep, and Billy just recognizing, that Eric's been punishing his big blind, and he's not going to let this one go.
But here's the problem. If Eric leads out right here, Billy's got to give him credit for an ace, king, queen. What's he going to do? Float, flirt, jack?
Yeah, Billy won't have – he's just going to instantly muck here.
Yep, there it is. Billy lets it go. Eric's Jaquia 5. AJ, I like that. So here we go. Moving on to hand number 6-9. All right, so here we are, back to action. Kenzie with, I was trying to think of something smart to say. What's up, Josh? Josh been working out. Josh, join us in the booth. Hey, get on in here and get this picture. Get on in here. Let them get full-size commentation, or I guess full-size visualization. Give him a little flex, show it off. He's not wearing the feather earring, but he is buffing it up, so ladies beware. Ladies beware. He is married. Hey, just because you're on a diet doesn't mean you cannot read the menu.
Well, I don't diet. I don't do.
Quisha Jakisha. I like that. Queen Jack is now known as Quisha Jakisha.
Yeah, we're going to need to either get some Rogaine or change the angles of those cameras, though.
Hey, at least I would kill for your hair.
Hey, we couldn't see it.
I can. Right there.
So here we go. We've got a raise from Eric Blank setting in seat number 7, ace 8 suited. Action folds from Billy. It's now on Mr. Spivey. $125,000 to call. $1, one squirt.
Yep, another interesting situation. You can go either way here with King 9. The one thing you want to be careful about is Eric has been on a little bit of the tighter side, and his range is going to be weighted towards better kings. But a suited King 9 is great to.
So what about a full shove right here? Eric can't call.
Right. Yeah. That's one of the plays that he could make, but he does elect to just call.
Okay, so we do have some table volume. It is still choppy, so we will still be Air Jordan. I like that, Caleb. For Ace Jack, calling Air Jordan.
Yep, and Kenzie's going to complete here with the Queen 8. His stack size is big enough.
Everybody's live.
He can speculate.
And that's why you speculate.
Exactly.
But they did not play the best hand in poker. The best hand in poker is 5-3.
It's going to be interesting here to see if Eric's going to, nope, he decides to check, and it checks through.
There's a 10. That's a 10. Now we're setting, Kenzie's still in the lead.
Kenzie's going to have to lead here to deny equity to the straight draws.
And Spivey's got that jack, that gut shot. Nobody's got clubs in their hands, so no worries about a flush. So here goes Spivey moving in.
And this is exactly why Kenzie checked the flop. It's going to allow Spivey to come out with a bluff on the turn, and now Kenzie's got him right where he wants him.
So, Baldo, you're asking why players can use their phones in the live broadcast, because we're commentating on what happened ago. This broadcast is actually delayed. What we're commentating on is to you. It's live, but it's already happened, already over. Josh, look right behind me, right here. Josh is dealing right here, but he's actually standing in the room with us. So it's way in the past. So hopefully that helps. So we talked a lot about stories. Kenzie checking the flop and then betting the turn. What story does that tell?
Well, he ended up raising Spivey's lead, and what tells what that tells him is he doesn't believe Spivey number one, but he did have the queen, so he can go ahead and make Spivey put it in there with whatever pair or draw he had.
That's so crazy because talking about Baldo, when it's weird sitting in here when we go up to race off chips or color up chips and we walk out there and we walk back in here, and then in 15 minutes we see ourselves walk across the screen. It's kind of weird. So what's your vote on Ace Jack? Do you like Air Jordan? Do you like Ace Jaquizia? Do you like Jaqua? You like Ajax?
I think I'm going with Air Jordan.
Man, I like Air Jordan.
It's got to be Air.
Yeah, you got to give credit where credit is due to the best basketball player in the world. Unless you talk to seat number 10 right here, Mr. Spivey Conwell. He swears it's LeBron. That's the infamous LeBron Jordan.
I don't know. I'm a Kobe fan.
You think he's better than Jordan?
Well, Kobe wouldn't be Kobe without Jordan, so
All right, so here we go. We've got Queen 9 versus King 7 versus 10-9. Flop comes out King 10-8. This looks like everybody's got a piece of it.
Yep, Kenzie leading out with a gutter ball, and Billy coming along with his pair of 10s, and Eric in the lead with the king.
545K in the pot. Our turn card is a 7 of hearts. That puts a flush draw possibility with hearts. Nobody's got it, but we do have up and down straights with everybody. Eric's got 2 pair. Gut shot for Kenzie.
Yeah, this is going to put Billy in a really tough spot. He now picks up an open end with his middle pair. And, Kenzie having the same straight draw, and now a jack would give him the nuts.
I was going to say a jack would be the worst card in the world for Billy because that gives him a jack high straight, but that gives Kenzie the king high straight. Eric's got to know, hey, here's a bet, 225,000, 770,000 in the pot. If I call this, what happens with Billy behind me? Oh, he says I'm not going to call.
Yep, and Eric going for a raise here. I mean, I really like it. There is some straights that do complete on that turn, but Kenzie, having a wide range is gonna lead out on and apply pressure with a lot of different hands. And he does elect to call and take that river off, and he bricks. So it's going to be tough for Kenzie to win this pot at this point.
So here we go. There's the action right on the left side of the screen. We've got Kenzie call at 35,000. Check pre-flop. Kenzie bets 100. Eric calls. On the turn, Kenzie bets 225,000. Eric raises to 500, and Kenzie made that call. So the river card's a 4 of spades. Kenzie's only way to win this pot is to bet and call. He shoves it in. Eric instantly throws that one chip, and you saw Kenzie's face. That's the face that you never want to see. You got it. You know
this guy Kenzie, he's just relentless. I mean, in all these spots, after getting raised on the turn, he still comes out betting the river. I mean, you got to hand it to him. He just doesn't give up. But, Eric has no choice but to snap it in there, and he just gained 1 million chips to his stack.
That's crazy when you talk about gaining 1 million chips when you started this tournament with 50,000 chips. Eric's now got right under 3 million chips. Kenzie still got the chip lead at 3.8. Almost all the chips in play are in those 2 individuals' hands. The other 2 players have 600 and 700,000 chips just about. So we're down to 4-way action. And always, Baldo, glad we can make that clear for you so you understand why. So here we go. Hand number 7-3. Kenzie looks down, and he doesn't stop doing what he's been doing, playing big stack poker the whole day.
Yep, he's got an ace on the button, 4-handed. You're going to open that and apply pressure. And he takes it down.
There we go. Just like that. Pull and taking it down at this point when you have 35,000, 70,000, 35,000, that's 140,000 chips that's up for grabs. So chat out there in all the social media lands, who's your pick to win it? We've got Kenzie in the chip lead, Eric right behind him, Billy sitting in 3rd, and Spivey sitting in 4th. Who is your pick to win the April main event?
And we got another ace-jack nickname, Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Oh,
But
man, that's a good second place behind Air Jordan. I love that one.
What about Eric looking down at American Airlines? Here we go, here we go, here we go again. He's going to raise it up, but to how much?
I like the sizing.
160.
Yep. He keeps it small, keep the other players in, but they just lay it down.
And aces wasted again. Josh, what's it like? Josh is still sitting in here with us. What's it like seeing what they're actually raising with? Because he didn't show, did he?
No, he never showed on that one.
And now you see why he was raising.
So one of the things that I would say about Eric after having seen that kind of hand play out, one of the things Eric's doing is he's keeping his raises pretty consistent, and so it's going to disguise that extremely strong hand. And so when the players are calling it, it's going to be hard to put him on aces whenever he's also been showing king 7 on the same sizing.
Exactly.
And so if he raises it much more than that, it's going to be pretty obvious what he's got versus disguising it with the same raise. Unfortunately, it was wasted on that.
All right, so here we go. There are 4, and then there were 4.
There goes Josh. Thanks for coming in, Josh.
Yeah, have a good one, Josh. We'll see you on the table in just a little bit. So we've got 4 players left. JT still picking for Eric Blank for the win. Flop comes out 7-3. 10. Had to double check. Kenzie's going to fire it. Kenzie's not afraid.
Yep, and this is exactly what, he's taken a couple stabs out of small blind previously. They didn't work out, but this is just another great board for him to lead out and apply pressure, and it works. This is just him understanding these situations. If Eric misses, he's gonna win the pot a larger amount of the time, unless Eric just decides to float or make a bluff on the flop. And this is what it takes to win in tournament poker. You got to be relentless. You got to be aggressive. You can't be scared, but you also have to be patient. You also have to pick your spots very well. The reason why he can do this is because he has a mountain of chips. When you're the short stack, you got to knit it up and look for a good double up, and then get a little frisky. So Billy picks up ace-8 offsuit from under the gun and decides to lay it down. That's definitely because of the size of his stack. He just doesn't want to risk, losing a raise and putting him in the danger zone, especially with Spivey being so short with 400K. This is what makes him a great player. He recognizes the situations with the other players' stacks.
So he's got a lot of time. He's got a lot of tournament wins here in series. He won 5 in, I think, the Permian Basin Poker Championship Series. 5 events out of the 2 weeks worth. He has not changed his style one bit from them. He is pedal to the metal. Either you got it or you don't. Is that it?
Yep.
It works.
And I've played a lot of PLO with Billy. I mean, he's just a monster. Everyone knows that Billy's the best PLO player around. And when Billy gets knocked out of a tournament, you can see the other players in the tournament. They go, yes, Billy's out. He's always a threat.
Look at this. We got some blocks in there. 100,000 chip blocks from Kenzie, and Eric folds deuces. Deuces are such a rough hand to play if you're not the raiser.
Right, and if he doesn't hit a set, he's going to lose the pot, and he knows it, and he decides to lay it down. I think I might have speculated now that he did gain a lot of chips, and that's a good opportunity to go and flop a set against Kenzie and get some chips out of him. But it is important to preserve your stack, especially with 2 short stacks to your left.
Yes, and Murray, you're completely correct. Reagan's pretty damn good also. He actually won the Big'O tournament just a couple days ago. He pulled in the win. He's an incredible 5-card, 4-card, and 2-card player. We did miss him though on this main event. We hope to see him out on the next one, the West Texas Championship Series, Poker Championship Series. Sorry about that, but Reagan is up on that wall just as much also. So here we go. Eric looks down at the old Highway 80 speed limit. Everybody from Midland, Odessa knows what Highway 80 is. 55 miles per hour, no faster. So here we go. We're at 4-way action.
Oh, and it's all in.
I was going to say Spivey was down to 325,000-ish, 350,000 chips, and Eric's got to make this call. He's got 2.4 million. He's already made the call. Flop comes out. We're waiting for the graphics to catch up. So 10, 4, deuce, 4, 2 spades. Oh, and there it is.
The flush for Spivey.
Spivey pulls in the win. I was looking to make sure he didn't have pocket 4s.
Right.
I had to double check that. So Spivey does full double up right there.
Yep.
He's now got 770,000 chips. That makes Mr. Billy Ward the short stack with 415,000. So here we are. We are still down to 4 players.
And that's why you stay patient and hang tough. And Spivey's done a great job of folding when he's got short and looking for good spots to get his chips in. And ace eight of spades in the big blind is a natural all in, and he gets the double up.
All right, here's a question for the chat. Keep you guys engaged. Who is the best no-limit hold'em player at Kojack's?
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, this is going to be fun to see who the votes are for. Who is the best no-limit hold'em player at Kojack's? It's hard for me to pick because I see all these faces up on the wall winning the bounty tournaments, winning the freeze-outs, winning the frenzies, winning the main events, the Texas stacks. They're all pretty good. You know, it'd be easier for me to pick pretty much a top 5, maybe top 10. But be done. Gavin says be done for the best in no-limit hold'em. Who do you say, chat? What do we got in there? Let him breathe, Murray. Oh, Ian Bowling says myself.
Yep, that's a great point, James. Cash and tournament poker is very different.
Let's go with tournaments for this one.
Okay.
Let's go with tournaments for this one. Paul D'Addario says Kinsey too hard. I agree with you, Jamie. Hey, also Jamie, great tournament. Great tournament this week. Played a good series for us, Jamie. B Dunn has been very, very, very good in the cashings of Kojack's and also the cashings of the main event. One of my favorites also is George. George always runs deep in the WSOP main event.
Yep, Daryl's another good one.
Daryl is extremely good.
Got knocked out earlier today. Billy just picked up a pot. He had King Jack offsuit raised and took it down. Much needed for him. He's up to 555,000.
You can see a little frustration with that fold right there. He wants the cards to put his chips in the pot with. He just can't get them.
Yep, and Billy came into day 2 with 170,000 chips. He got short on day 1. I think he got as low as 60,000 after having over 250,000. It just goes to show, being patient when you get short is how you stay in the tournament. It's a chip in a chair, people.
So Gavin, that was the question asked a while ago. I say while ago, that's inappropriate. But a few minutes ago, tournament is what we're talking about here. Tournament's the real question. Cash is difficult to
gauge.
Yeah, to gauge because you go about style, you go about the player, you go about the pockets.
Yeah, bankroll has a lot to do with it. There's a lot of great players, but you get a guy coming in and pushing stacks around. He stacks you 3 times. You go home with a sore butt, and you feel like you don't know how to play it. It's the variance in poker is insane.
Yes, Jamie. So Jamie, he made day 2 on both of our last main events, but he was short stack. You're completely correct. You got to get more chips going into day 2. You got to get some cards going your way. So here we are. We are on hand number 81. Eric Blank has ace deuce suited. Billy Ward has queen 8. And we're talking blinds are big, 35,000, 70,000, 35,000.
Eric continues to apply pressure to Billy's big blind. I don't think Billy was expecting to get his big blind raised from the small blind 7 times in a row.
Yes, and it's been like that, and Billy's had nothing. And Eric I think Eric may have felt bad about that since it's been 7 times. He showed Billy the ace.
Right.
All right. So we are back to action. Trying to get this clock up.
A lot of people talk about how aggressive Billy is, but have you seen how many times he's folded when someone's raised? He folded ace jack to an open earlier, 5-handed. Picking your spots is where it's at in tournament poker.
So definitely, Murray does have a point there. Roger Copeland, he comes in and plays a lot of tournaments, but he also plays a lot of cash too. It's very seldom you see Roger Copeland walking out with less chips than he sat down at the table with.
So this is where it really feels like a grind. The adrenaline that you feel when you're at a final table 4-handed. Oh, Eric has aces again.
And Billy's got king 5 suited. That's got to look like a gold mine when you only have 410,000 chips. And each orbit, the blinds just went up. Each orbit is 160,000.
Right, yeah. Billy's down to under 5 big blinds now.
Here goes another raise too. Billy's got to be getting sick of it.
Yeah, yep, and he just snap folds. Doesn't even think about it.
Spivey looks around. 6 deuce. Oh, he says all in.
No, does he really?
Maybe his
Ooh.
cards got read wrong. So here we go. Aces versus, it's showing 6 deuce. And it looks to be 6 deuce.
Yep, he's just, taking advantage of the fact that Eric's been
No, it's
raising.
threes. Okay,
Oh,
it's threes.
he does have threes.
Oh,
Oh.
and there it is, set of aces.
Great game, Spivey.
So here we go. We're going to give this applause to Mr. Spivey Conwell. What a beautiful tournament series. Amazing run. He finishes in 4th place, pulls in $3,520. Amazing run, sir.
Good job, Spivey. Yep, you just pick up a pair and you're a short stack against a big stack, and you rip it in there hoping that they're just trying to steal the blinds, and of course you run into aces. But, great last couple weeks for Spivey here, and finishes it off with a 4th place finish.
Hey, we had 23 players come in today. Yeah, 23 players returned. We took 15% of the field. 15. That's a good number, good round number to get a lot of people in the cash. Everyone that makes day 2 cashes.
Yep, and Billy picking up 10-3 of clubs. Now that we've lost a player, he's looking to, steal a couple blinds, and sure enough, he runs right into aces.
Again,
Yep.
they traveled around.
Kenzie has aces, and it's got to be disheartening for Billy, who's folded the last hour.
This is probably going to be Billy's last hand. He's 5-1 to lose.
Yeah, he needs a lot of help. His clubs are covered, but he
hit the
picks
three.
up a 3.
He hit the 3. He could do it. Turn card comes out a 9, an 8, a 10, a 3. Oh, but not a 5. So congratulations to Mr. Billy Ward for going out in 3rd place. Don't forget, Clyde was a hell of a no-limit hold'em player. James, you're correct. When Clyde wanted to play, Clyde played. A lot of people forget that he does have that WSOP circuit ring in Aruba. Beautiful ring.
Wow.
He was proud of that thing.
So down to heads up.
Oh, I wish we had that table audio. We will have it coming up soon, though. Still a little choppy. We played with it for as long as we could today, and we just couldn't get it working, but we will have it soon. So we are now heads up. There is $13,200 up for grabs. Who will win it? We've got 4.1 million chips to 3.1 million chips. Pretty close.
Wow. Yeah, this is going to be a dogfight.
Isn't it crazy? 4.1 million chips on the left, 3.1 million chips on the right, but Kenzie's stack looks scarier.
Yep, that's why he didn't color up. Yep, and just a great board for Kenzie to continue. And even though Queen Jack was suited was pretty, Eric can't do nothing but fold. He might have thought about 3-betting pre-flop, but against a player like Kenzie, totally okay to pot control and see a flop. And especially when when they have so many blinds heads up, not getting all your chips in pre-flop is definitely important. He will have an opportunity to do that in no time. And Eric picks up ducks again.
And then there were 2. So they're pretty close in chips.
7-5 of clubs for Kenzie, one of my favorite hands. As you can see, Kenzie's actually the favorite versus a pair here with 2 random suited cards.
Eric's got a nice little tower built right there. It looks like right now what they're doing is they're discussing possibilities of chops. So it looks like so there's 7.39 million chips in play. Or sorry, 7739. So Kenzie does have over 60% of the chips in play. That's exactly what they're doing. They're talking about, and you can see Eric. What Eric's doing, he's got his calculator out, seeing if if they did like what's that chip chop? ICM. I could not think of the name of it. Looks like they're doing ICM type chop, maybe,
Right.
maybe chopping for 6,000 a piece, playing for the rest. They do lots of stuff. So we cannot get that table volume in there. We do apologize about that, and we will have that fixed soon. But these both gentlemen have had an amazing tournament. Both of them are in the last longer too. Remember, they're still.
Nope, just Kenzie.
Oh, Eric didn't get in it. I would have
No.
bought his action if I could have. So we have both players one player in the last longer. So Kenzie's already pulled in 5K.
Yep, Kenzie has already pulled in 5K on top of this potential first or second place.
Then we have the players meeting. First place was 3,300 in the players meeting. Second place was 2,000 even in the players meeting. So that's another $5,000 up for grabs. And then we have the 13,200 up for grabs. So there's a lot of money up top that they're chopping about, especially when you think about a $360 tournament out in little old West Texas.
And I'm pretty sure Kenzie only went for $400, which was a great buy.
So here we go. Looks like calls the 40,000. So I was like, man, that's a lot more, but it's 80,000 big blind. 80,000
Yep,
big blind.
and you know, like exactly what I was hoping Kenzie would do here by pot controlling and just looking to see flops and extend his lead before they do come to an agreement or they continue to play on.
Flop comes out, and they're still talking about it, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Flop comes out queen, 3, queen. That's a good flop for Eric.
Yeah, it's a great flop for Eric. He's going to think he's good here a lot of the time. He's going to continue to bet and just hope to take it down. If he gets floated here, you know, there is a possibility that and Kenzie just lays it down.
So Kenzie was looking for a 3, a 5, a 7, a queen, anything along those lines, and he would have won 9 outs is what he had. So Eric pulls in. So now the chip stacks are getting closer to even. So we've got 3.3 million to almost 4.2 million. So who do you think it's going to be, chat? Who do you think it's going to be out there in social media land? Will it be Kenzie bringing in the main event title, another one to add to his trophy shelf? Or will it be Big Red, Big Easy, Eric Blank bringing in the title?
I love that last name. Blank Check Eric.
Yeah, Blank Check Eric.
One of my favorite movies as a kid.
Oh my gosh, that was an insane movie. I wanted to be Mr. McIntosh.
Oh my God.
Did you even remember that name,
Yep.
Mr. McIntosh?
And he never existed.
Oh, no. So here we go.
Oh, Crystal.
Crystal's sitting at the table. She's probably doing some quick math, seeing what they want to do.
Eric picks up a monster. And Kenzie just wisely laying it down.
Does he pick up the Air Jordan?
I think it's the Alex Jones.
Okay. All right. So Eric Blank, my old roommate. I didn't know you guys were roommates, JT. Good man. Both good men. Both of y'all good men. All right. Here's the question of the hour, and I'm going to sound like an idiot, but I'm going to go ahead and ask it. Who is Alex Jones?
Alex Jones is the crazy conspiracy theorist that got kicked off Twitter and YouTube for, you know, talking all types of crazy stuff. And he's just kind of iconic in the conspiracy world, if that's something you're interested in.
So there's nothing better than a good conspiracy. Who killed JFK?
Right?
Was it the mob? All right, so here we go. Queen 5 to 7 deuce. This is going to be a quick hand. That's the only bad thing about when you get to heads up. It's hard to play a 7 deuce. A lot of hands are playable, but 7 deuce is not playable.
Worst hand in poker.
Unless you win with it. That's why you see a lot of people playing the 7 deuce game.
And here's the danger of just even talking about a chop, because that does get into the mindset of the players. And so we're talking chop, and then now you're raising my big blind every hand. So, sometimes players just don't even want to talk about it. But down here at Kojack, super friendly. Players know each other, and it's not necessarily all out for blood.
Yeah, and Kenzie and Eric have played probably, if I had to put a number on it, I'd probably say they've played over 75 tournaments here at Kojack's together. So they know each other's play. They're just trying to get counts on their chips. They're trying to make it fair to one of another, because Kenzie's not going to even chop.
Right. Yeah, and Eric has taken the lead here. Got back a nice 500K to get closer to Kenzie's stack size, and it's not going to be long before Kenzie decides to keep applying pressure.
So here we are. We're on hand number 89 of the final table. This is the 89th hand, and time has flown by. It is already 8:32. Holy cow, where did the time go? It doesn't seem like we've been in here that long.
Nope, having a great time here. And Eric picking up another premium heads up with King Queen offsuit.
Kinsey can't call that with Jack 3. He's like, man, I thought we talked about chop. No, they're actually just discussing math. It would be fun if we could ad lib over what they're actually saying. And
It does look like he's saying that, but
yes.
yeah, Jack 3 just it is the weakest part of your range. But heads up, you can defend it, but he decides to lay it down.
I don't know if they're going to come to an agreement though, because Kinsey with all of his tournament wins, even though Eric is an A-list pristine player, Kinsey's got to think he has a little bit of an advantage.
Of course, as a poker players, you got to be confident in yourself, and if you're out there, thinking a player's better than you, you might as well chop right away. But Kinsey, of course, is going to think he's got the edge, and it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
So we do have 2 full tables of No Limit Hold'em 5 on the button running right now. We got room on the 1-2 list. We've got room on the 5 on the button list. So if you're not doing anything, you're sitting at home watching the Kojack's live stream of the main event final table, head on out here. Join up on our list. Get some action and win some money. It's easy to do at Kojack's. The high hand promotion is actually over today. But if you can't make it out today, head out tomorrow. We've got the free roll.
Oh, yeah, the Monday free roll.
Yeah, it's already Monday. Just as quick as it was Saturday, Sunday, it is Monday. I wish Monday mornings were like Friday nights.
Of course. Do you have a case of the Mondays?
Oh, no, I don't get to have a case of the Mondays. Got to head straight to work. So here we are, 6 deuce of clubs versus 10-7. 7's flops in the lead. And right now we're going to see a lot of hands go to the flop, and we're just going to see who overplays who. And Kinsey keeps his foot on the gas pedal.
Yep, he was the initial aggressor pre-flop, and Eric defended with the 10-7, and he's going to peel one off here.
And look at this. Kinsey, without even thinking, takes a smooth swig of that beer, and he just makes a bet. Still talking.
Yep, and this is a great board for Kinsey to continue to apply pressure. That is not a great card for Kinsey now because, but he does continue to apply pressure and gets the snap
it works.
Fold. Yep, it works. He didn't even think about it. I'd be concerned with my opponent flatting me on the flop that they have a lot of Queen X in the range, but it didn't matter to Kinsey. He's going to fire.
So Eric gets up and leaves the table. The clock is still running, and Kinsey's stacking up chips also. Guarantee I know what they're doing. You know what they're doing.
I wanted to see him battle it out.
I wanted to see him battle it out. I think they're going to talk about a deal. The clock will keep ticking, though. Big blinds are going away.
And we got our beautiful dealer, Jeff, in the box, one of the best from the East. Jeff from Philadelphia.
Philly. I actually got to go to the Super Bowl this year. Miss Carrie Shaver was actually nice enough to buy her husband and myself tickets to the time of my life. We got to go to the Super Bowl and watch. Too bad it wasn't the Cowboys. I know the Cowboys are the greatest team in the NFL, but it wasn't the Cowboys. But we got to watch the Chiefs beat the Eagles.
You are just a lucky guy.
And this gentleman, actually, I saw him at the Super Bowl. We got to go to the Super Bowl party together, sitting right there. And him being an Eagles fan, it was really fun to watch the Chiefs beat.
You're cruel.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Philly fans have been in a lot of pain the last couple of years.
Oh, not as much as the Dallas Cowboys fans have been in the last 20 years.
Yep. I was an Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman fan, but it stopped there.
Oh, that was the ultimate dynasty. But, Cowboys always say there's this next year. And I am a Parsons fan, and I am a Pollard fan. I'm not a huge Dak fan, but I can get behind him if he's winning. That's wrong of me to say, enjoying when he's hurt. But I enjoyed when we had the other guys in the game. Just like when Trey Lance, I'm a huge Trey Lance fan, and Trevor Lawrence also. But when Trey Lance went down at the beginning of the season, and Joey G got in there, Joey G led him on a hot streak, and then Brock Purdy came in, and that kid was on fire. Who's going to start this next year, though? Trey Lance is back in the rotation. He's got to be a contender. He's got to be the favorite. He's the monetary favorite. He's where the chunk of the money is going.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
So do they trade him or do they play him? Because you got a gem sitting in the back shelf with Purdy.
I think you got to play him.
You trade Purdy off. Does Purdy want more of a contract?
It's super tough.
No, I love some football. I love some sports. But it looks like the players may be talking. The clock is still ticking, so we'll keep telling you about some of the action happening at Kojack's. We've got 2-5 on the button tables. I'm looking over the stream right now. The screen, Poker Atlas screen that we have, and we've got actually high action players on both tables. We've got we've got two players that were in the main event on that table, and we've got one player that was in the main event on that table. So we do have a list up. We are paging players left and right, and it looks like we're returning to action. But Brock earned his starting position, though. I do agree with you, JT, but Brock Purdy doesn't get paid $1 million per year. Trey Lance is getting an insane amount of money. You got to go with your money, man. I do agree with you, though. I do like me some Brock Purdy. But also, JT, we better see you out here tonight if you're free and you ain't got anything to do, because we have that no limit hold'em free roll, and you can earn those starting chips to your stacks in the road to Vegas. So come out, check out this free roll, $2,000 guaranteed. We're giving away a ton of money out here. So if you're new to us, if you haven't heard us, if you're seeing this stream for the first time, come out to Kojack's, tell us that you're brand new, and I guarantee you we will comp your daily and give you 2 free hours of cash play to let you check it out, what it's about.
All right back into the action here with Kenzie opening with 7-8 of clubs, bets the flop and takes it down. You know, in heads up poker, it's very hard to make a pair. You're gonna have to get creative. You're gonna have to re-raise with air. You're gonna have to float some flops. If you don't, you're gonna have to rely on getting cards, and that's not a certainty. So you gotta look for some spots to get aggressive.
Couldn't agree with you more. Here we go. Hand number 9292. Kenzie playing that big stack poker. He's got almost a 2-to-1, just 800,000 chips shy of a 2-to-1 advantage.
That changed quickly. Yep, and this is the first re-raise we've seen.
Was that a 3-bet?
Yep, the first 3-bet we've seen heads up. And I like it here out of Eric. It just right on time, as I said. You got to get creative. You got to apply some pressure. But the guy with King 6 isn't going anywhere.
I love watching those blocks get shuffled. So here it is. That's what Kenzie was looking. They both connect.
Ooh.
Bad news for Eric, though, on this connection.
Yep, and Eric continues with a smaller sizing, which is perfect. And Kenzie decides to just call. I love the way both players are playing this hand so far.
It looks like Kenzie's possibly playing a flush or Eric's playing a flush. They're both disguised their hand. 4 of clubs on the turn. Puts the possible straight draw out there. Scary, but neither one's going to be intimidated.
Yep, and it is exactly what you thought, Charlie. It looks like Eric is putting Kenzie on, some type of diamond draw, some type of weak pair. But little does he know, he's just betting right into a top pair here.
And this is where Kenzie is able to set the throttle and disguise his hands because of the amount of chips he has. And look at that call. Neither player showing emotion, neither player showing fear, both players showing aggression.
Yep, and the 4 diamonds here, an action killer here for Eric. He really can't bet this river. He decides to check, and now Kenzie can just, go for some value. I'd like to see a beta like around 600,000. It'll be interesting to see what sizing he goes here. Looks like he's going a lot smaller. He wants to get paid. He's also might be concerned he's up against a better king.
Yep, king, queen, king 7, king 8, king 9. None of those play.
Yep, and it's a great sizing because, Eric's going to be scared of the diamonds.
That's what I was just about to say, and that's what I was pointing at. If Eric thought he had diamonds the whole way, that was there, and he says, I just got a king. So that actually knocks Eric's chip stack down to 2 million, just over 2 million. And now Kenzie's at 537 million. Oh, So it looks like Denny Sneed is a Joey B fan, and I am too. Denny, are you an LSU fan also?
I'm a Viking fan, so I have no room to speak on this, Mike.
Who are the Vikings?
Yeah, they're
Canadian Football League?
yep.
So here we go. Hand number 93 heading out. Hand number 9-3. Kinsey's VPIP for this entire final table over 92 hands is at 45%. Eric's is not far behind at 31%.
Yep, and Kenzie's looking to go for the jugular now.
Yep, he's got almost a 3-1 chip advantage. Flop comes out. Jack of hearts, 10 of spades, deuce of spades.
Ooh.
Both players connect. Kinsey's got the bottom pair, and he's going to bet it like he's got it. Eric knows that he's probably the only one in this hand who's got a flush draw, so he's going to float it also. But little does he know if he hits a 4 or 6, he's in the lead.
Right. I'd like to see a raise here from Eric, but a flat is certainly fine.
That was especially strong last hand when he did 3-bet Kinsey, kind of put his brakes on.
And there, just like you said, a 6 on the turn now gives Eric the lead. But Kenzie going to apply pressure, represent a jack or a 10.
225, $2, 1 squirt from Kinsey. This is the point where Eric needs to say, hey, I'm going to raise it up. And it looked like he was going to grab a stack of 2 stacks.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with you, Charlie. I think, going ahead and flatting this turn, you have a lot of equity. If you were to raise Kenzie here and then Kenzie were to jam, you're being put in an awful spot. And so it looks like he just goes for the call, play the safe route.
Safe is always better. I, too, like to live dangerously. So,
oh my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. And Eric's never going to see this coming. And look at that. Kinsey checks it. Eric's going to check back because his 6 is not very strong. So he's going to check back. Kinsey did not want that, was a little upset. You see that?
It's such a gross river.
Yes. I mean, that was the monster. And he said you were supposed to shove right there. You could read his lips.
He did say that. And he's putting exactly on the type of hand Eric had, a flush draw, a straight draw, 8-9, king, queen, something like that missed the river and would have no choice but to bet. But, like you said, Charlie, when he picks up the 6, he has showdown value.
Yep.
And, when you have showdown value and the pot's already bloated and your opponent is checking, you're just going to want to flip your hand over and just hope you're good.
Yeah, it's free at that point. If he thought he was good when he made the call with the 6, then you got to think you're good on the river. But no reason to inflate the pot anymore, because if you say he stabs 600,000 in there and Kinsey shoves, he can't call.
Yeah, and on top of that, missing the spades missing there, it would be interesting to see what happened if Eric did not connect with the 6, and the flush draw miss. He might have bet that. So good play by both players.
Here we go. 40,000, 80,000, 40,000. 120,000, 160,000 chips in the middle of each pot.
Yep, and Kenzie deciding to play that small ball poker with a premium heads up. He doesn't want to give Eric a chance to get back in this match, and that's what the best players do.
We've got the K9 versus Motown flop comes out King 5-8, and almost every one of these flops, players are picking up pieces of both ends.
And it goes check, check, letting Kenzie going for the trap.
So we've got 1 spade in Kinsey's hand. I think he'll check again. If Eric doesn't bet, or if he bets, he's 100% calling. He knows his king's pretty good, but he's got to start to worry about the 7-9, 7-3, 7 blank.
Yep. And just like you said,
bet.
Nope, he does go for a raise. Yep, and he has the 9 of diamonds, so he has a little backup. He's blocking the straights with the 9 with the 8-5-6 on the board.
So when you say blocking the straights, what do you mean? Some players out here does not know what a blocker is.
Right. So having the 9 in your hand, it just blocks a lot of the combos of hands that Eric can have that contain a straight card. So if Kenzie didn't have the 9 in his hand, there's a big chance that he would not raise this. He feels safer, the fact that he has the 9.
Knowing there's only 3 left in the deck.
Right. It's unlikely that Eric has a straight, and so he's going to go for the raise for value to charge some of Eric's draws. And having the 9 as a straight card and the diamond, it's just so powerful.
So you're saying card counting is illegal at a blackjack table in Vegas, but it is actually a good thing to know in poker.
Yeah, especially when you're playing heads up.
What's up, Miss Crystal? How are you? Doing great. We've got 2 amazing players playing two different styles of poker. Kenzie's got that big stack, and he's starting to lean, as if you've seen rounders. You know, you chop off one of their legs, what he did at the very end, then you just lean on them and let them bury themselves. But there's also another side to that story. You play prey until you trap them in that, and that may be what Eric's trying to do right here. Let Kenzie think he's walking all over him, and then he's just going to pounce like a cheetah from the jungle.
Right. And, you know, Kenzie continuing to run pure in this heads-up match.
King 10 flops middle pair, big kicker. He's the only one with a backdoor club draw. Eric's got a backdoor straight draw, but you don't want to float too much with this. Is he calling right here to make a move on the turn? Or no, he's betting right here maybe to make a move? Or is he shut down now that Kenzie called?
You know, Kenzie did just flat the raise pre-flop, and so, you know, Eric's going for a continuation bet, and it looks like Kenzie just clicked it back on him.
Eric's got a release.
Yeah, he's got no real back doors. You know, if there was a spade on the flop, you know, having 5-4 and a 3 and a spade, that would be something that you could maybe consider.
Or even 3 Jack 7, something that gives him a backdoor gut. And here we go. Eric's calculating, if I make this 175,000 chip call, where do I stand? But you see Eric's stack now is right at 1 million chips.
Oh,
so Eric leads out with 175. Kenzie says, I'm going over the top.
right.
And Kenzie, unfortunately, did not put enough chips out there. But our floor rules, just like any TDA rules, it is a minimum raise. So there's the raise right there, 350, double the 175. Eric's able to say, no, I don't want that. And that's exactly what Mr. David's, or was that you? Okay. It's 15 minutes behind, so it could have been you explaining it. Okay.
Yep, and that just goes to show, you know, how much experience Kenzie has. You know, he's really looking to take control of the hand like he did there. You know, he doesn't want to make a big sizing and get jammed on.
He was trying to make the very minimum to get Eric to put more in there. So here we go, 6-1.
Yep, and just they were almost even, you know, just a few hands ago, and now it's just a lopsided advantage towards Kenzie.
Nikki Sticks. Nikki Sticks. So here we go, 9-2 versus Queen 8. So here we go. Kenzie running pure than pure.
Wow,
Flops
flopping two pair.
I said give.
Wow. And Eric just gets the
Turn in
best
the
turn
world.
card, but it also gives Kenzie a flush draw.
Yeah, Kenzie turns the world, and Eric's going to have to call this.
Eric might be tempted to raise here. He's been getting run over the last few hands. If you know, this is a spot where he consider making a move with the open-ended straight draw, but he decides to just to continue to preserve his stack and take one off for the river. A total brick. And Eric, you know, misses, and he's just given up. Now Kenzie's gonna look to go for some
Max value.
yep
Once again.
max value. And you know, his bet sizings have been so on point today. Been really impressed with everything he's done.
All right, so here we go. Kenzie's got King 9. He's not going to go, and Eric just folds.
Yep, Eric's got to look to shove or fold pretty soon here.
Kenzie's got almost every chip in play. 7.7 million chips. Kinsey's got 6.7 million of them.
Wow. And here we go.
Eric, all of it's going in right here. Or does he call and try to get Kinsey to shove? At this point, it's a little different ace play.
You know, it depends on what Kenzie wants to do here.
He might fold. That would set Eric on tilt.
Yep. And I'd love to see Eric just make a small raise.
Or a check. I would love a check right here.
Right. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad either.
Let him know he's weak.
Yeah, he needs to get some chips into the pot. And he does shove. Wow.
Call.
Kenzie decides to call.
Well, it's 600,000. He's got 6.7 million.
Yeah.
And look at him. He laughed. He's like, well, I should have folded that pre-flop. So here we go. We're looking for a full double up from Eric. He's dodging many cards. Well, not so many now. Queen 5 looking for a runner 7-8.
Yep, and he's
Or a
drawn
three,
dead.
or a three.
Oh, no, a gutter ball.
Here it comes. And it's not a 3. Eric gets the full double up. He's now sitting 1.29 million.
Right, and that's the most frustrating thing when you have a big chip lead, right, is you got your guy grinded down. You're just hoping that he's got 2 random cards, and it's a race, but he just ends up having pocket rockets, and you give him the double up and give him a chance to get back in there.
So here we are. Eric's got 1.9 million chips. He's down 65,000 from when he came to the final table. Kinsey's got 6,165,000. He's up 5.79 million at this final table.
Yep, and you know, if Eric gets one more double up here, he's going to be right back in this heads-up duel.
And you can't be more right about that because that would be 2.5 million chips.
Right, you know, yep, put Kenzie right around 4 million, and it'd be anybody's ball game at that point.
So here we go. Jack 10 versus the Dolly Parton of diamonds. Oh, wow. I was going to suspect Kinsey would continue to play big stack poker.
Yep, I think as soon as he doubled them up, he's going to want to go back to that small ball strategy and grind him down.
4-3-4, that doesn't really help out anybody. But first to bet, I think will be the first to win this.
And Kenzie's going to go for his standard lead on these dry boards and apply max pressure. If you don't got it, you can't continue, and that's what happens.
So here we go. Here we go. Hand number 100 of the final table. Started with 10, down to 2 at Kojack's. 9-3 Kinsey, Jack 4, the flat tire for the Big Easy.
Yep, and as you see, he doesn't have any folds pre-flop. He's got the lead. He can bluff on any board, and he's going to continue to stay in every pot.
And Eric unfortunately picked up nothing right there. He's just going to continue to play that small ball. Min bet it. Wait for Eric. Now, if Eric shoves right here, that's a free 150,000 chips that Eric's going to get. But the problem is it's hard to shove with Jack high.
And did he have the Robbie?
Jack 4?
He did have the Robbie. That infamous poker hand at Hustler Casino about last year. Everyone knows about it.
I forgot. Yes. So don't forget, tomorrow night at Kojack's, the mini-series is over, but the free roll begins again. The free roll begins again. That is, you get a free buy-in, $2,000 guaranteed in the Monday night free roll. Don't forget, Wednesday, we've got the PLO free roll, $2,000 guaranteed. Thursday, we've got the $120 freeze-out, 1 buy-in, no add-ons. Friday, we've got the No Limit Hold'em free roll, $2K. Saturday, we've got the $240 deep stack, and Sunday, we've got the $120 bounty chip. So here we are, back to action. Flop comes out, Queen of Diamonds, 8 of clubs, deuce of hearts. Eric picks up a deuce. Kenzie's floating with 6 outs.
Yep, and he decides to continue to apply pressure. And Eric making the wise call here. He's not going to love it, you know, off his stack. But now he picks up 2 pair, and now he just hopes Kenzie. Nope, but Kenzie wisely shuts it down.
Check it back, Eric.
He's just bobbing and weaving.
Look at Kinsey though.
Yep, and he does check it back.
There's the 7 of hearts. Is that check good enough to provoke another? And it is.
Oh, wow.
That's exactly why I said check it back, because it might have provoked another bet out of him. And now Eric's going to call at minimum because of the heart. He would have shoved if the heart wouldn't have came.
I think he did shove. Oh, no. Oh, you're right. He just put all his chips in there, but it looked like a shove.
It was an all-in and a call
Wow.
because Kinsey hit the 7 on the river.
It's gonna put a little frustration in the mind of Kenzie there. There looks to be a little confusion. Kenzie might have thought that he just called.
So the dealer in that spot did throw the all-in chip. This is the struggle that we have with the headphones. It wasn't a big issue because Kinsey paid it out, but it wasn't a big issue. But that's the struggle with the headphones at the table. Kinsey may not have heard Josh say, our dealer say all in, or Eric say all in, but the visualization is the important part. That's the all-in chip that you saw the dealer throw out in front of Eric. So at that point, it's a player's responsibility. The player is held to that call. So Eric does get a full double up on that.
Yeah, anytime you get a player real close to busting and then they double up twice, it is extremely frustrating. We'll see if it affects Kenzie's play at all.
So it's still 5.5 to 1 on chips. And look at this. Kenzie's raising with 4 deuce. Eric's got king 5. He says,
there it is.
Double click, fold. Look at that
Ships
instant
it.
fold.
He ships it. And that's what I want to see from Eric here. You know,
That's what it's going to take.
yep.
Jackson 5, the rob me. The rob me. I like that, Mark. I like it a lot. So, chat, where are we all out tonight? Where are we watching Kojack's main event from? Some probably here in Midland. I know there's been a few guys out from San Angelo. We've even got the River League in the house. Shout out to you guys out there. Where else are y'all watching from? So here we go. Hand number 103, 103. Kinsey looks down at 8 deuce. He doesn't slow down. Blinds are 50,000, 100,000, 50. That's 200K in the pot. And Eric says, I'm going to raise it up. Those are black chips that he's moving out there. Kinsey says, I fold. So this might be Eric's big run hot.
Yep. As soon as Eric got to a comfortable chip position, he decided to apply some pressure. And that's what you see. You can learn a lot from these players. You know, they're playing extremely well with their stack sizes, knowing what to do when they have a little comfortability. And as soon as they get short, they start to adjust their strategy.
So usually the small blind is directly after the button. But when it goes heads up, it kind of flips just a little bit. The small blind becomes the button, and they're first to act. So that's why you're looking at Kinsey right here. And now Eric has the option, setting usually, you know, where the small blind was set, he's now the big blind. So
Yep.
it's a little bit different. So we got king 4 versus 3 deuce. This is another spot where Eric, no matter what the flop is, can pounce a little bit. 5, 9, 10. First to bet's going to be the first to win this hand.
Yeah, and you know, as you can see, we haven't seen one lead out of the small blind from Eric. I'd like to see some leads on the boards that he misses, and you know, this will be interesting. He's looking. Oh nope, he was reaching for chips and he let it go.
I thought he was going to raise him.
Yep, that'd have been almost 3 hands in a row where he applied pressure without a hand, and
That would have been balling. So here we go. Button moves. Kinsey's in the big blind. 100,000 chips. That means he puts that big blind ante of 50,000 in the middle. So Eric is in for 50,000. There's 150,000 sitting out there saying, "Pick me, take me."
right. Yep, and you know, you win a few hands. It's $500,000 in chips.
JD is watching from his bed. What's going on, Mr. JD? It was great to see you out this weekend. Thanks for coming out to support Kojack's and even taking a shot. I'd like to see you in this day 2 next main event coming up in the West Texas Poker Championship Series. I'd like to see you out there. So here we go. Hand moves around. That was hand number 105. We're on hand 106 now. We're right there. All it's going to take is just one One card, one move, one bad move, one mistake. At this point, Kenzie's sitting as the favorite right now, 5.5 million. Eric's got 1.74 million.
And you see how hard it is to pick a hand up, heads up. I mean, we haven't seen both players pick up a monster at the same time yet.
We saw aces.
And skill is going to really shine when you're in a heads up battle. Yep, we saw Eric with aces earlier, and
All in. Eric's all in. Kenzie raises 200,000. Eric says, I'm going to 3-bet that, and you're going to see Kenzie's card. Kenzie's not even, you remember how, well, I don't know if you were in here, but early in the tournament, 9-10 handed, when Joey Valle made a move against Kenzie, Kenzie spent
I was in here.
minutes looking at it, and he was studying, he was judging him. Now Kenzie's at the point where that doesn't really matter.
Right, exactly.
Let's just fold it, get on to the next one. You got me. You caught me. JD, we would love to see you out tomorrow night. Thanks, and I appreciate the shout out to all of our staff here. We do appreciate you so much. It's always a pleasure to see you in here once again. So here we go, here we go, here we go again. We got 3 deuce versus 8 deuce. Looks like this could be a good one. So here we go, raised to 200,000 from Eric Blank. And Kenzie just calls 8 deuce versus 3 deuce. No chop, no agreement has been made. Flop comes out deuce, jack 8. Deuce, jack 8. Each player picks up the deuce. Eric's backdoor flush draw is dwarfed by Kenzie's 8 high.
Yep, and I like this bet from Eric. He's not really going to know. Ooh, but he beat him into the pot there.
Eric said 200,000. Kenzie has it setting out before the chips got out of Eric's hand. So here we go. Turn card comes an ace of diamonds.
Yep, and I'd like to see a lead here from Kenzie and take advantage of it. He's at the bottom, and he does lead. This is a great play. It's going to put, I wouldn't be surprised if Eric is throwing up in his mouth here. I mean, this puts him in a gross spot. He does have a diamond, but Eric...
And he's got bottom pair.
But Kenzie does have his diamonds capped, and it's just going to be a fold.
So we can see their cards.
Wow.
Eric is drawn pretty dead to a 3. Anything above a 9 chops the pot. And there it is. That's a chop pot.
With the 3 diamonds out there, Kenzie can put him on a lot of draws still and continue to rep that ace, and he does do that. And it just goes to show, I mean, the pressure, that Kenzie's putting on him, it's really hard to play against this type of player.
He puts 600,000 into he bets 1/2 pot. So the pot's now inflated to 1.8 million.
And these are scary bet sizings because it's not bluffy. But Eric is looking like he wants to do something here.
He's looking like at minimum he's calling, but I can see by the way he's got his chips up that all of them could go in the pot.
It's the old Phil Hellmuth move where you grab your chips, you act like you're about to do something, you stop, you look at your hand, and you usually let it go.
I think he's debating on going all in.
And if I'm Kenzie here and I get the fold, I'm going to show, and it's just going to put a dagger right in the heart of Eric.
So what do you do if you're Kenzie? He said all in.
He did go all in. Oh, no.
No, he calls. Okay, he just calls?
And it's a chop.
He says, I've got to do.
Oh, God. Both players were not expecting that.
Could you see Kenzie's lips? How did you call that?
I mean,
oh my gosh.
He's saying I called it because you're betting me out of every pot. You're super aggro, and
you got to feel good if you're Eric right now.
Yeah,
I'm
not going to let you walk all over me. And I mean, I would not have made that call. That's really impressive from Eric.
That's an experience call.
Yep. I mean, he just has a great feel for where he's at in the hand.
Wow, what a call. That may be, we're going to go ahead and give him the applause. That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, and I would have the same expression. I mean, how are you going to call there?
Kenzie, I think Kenzie just said, I've got to take one of my AirPods out. Oh, no, he didn't. He put the other one in. What, Josh, was he saying, how did you make that call?
Yeah, we talked about it for about 10 more minutes, too.
Look at Josh. Josh is smiling because that was a really sick call.
I mean, we were in there cracking up just because, I mean, Kenzie couldn't believe it. So Kenzie can't believe it. They're sitting there and talking about it. Eric kind of plays through it a little bit, but doesn't really want to go through too much of his strategy on why he called, because that's going to give him away on it's gonna give it away on giving
Future.
Kenzie kind of an advantage next time. You know, so when next time he
Look at
has it, he's
JD.
gonna take the same line. But yeah, they talked about it for 10 more minutes, and I mean, we ended up making jokes. You see me trying to keep a straight face, but ended up being jokes for 10 minutes. Eric, good call from him. Kenzie, at the end of it, he just said, "I respect it." He's like, "I respect the call." He's like, "It was a really good call," but neither of them wanted to show. Neither of them wanted to. And Eric finally showed it, and you see it still cracking up, but no one wanted to show it. And Eric's like, "Literally, I have a deuce, can't beat a deuce." And Kenzie's like, "Well, I have a deuce," and so that's when they both showed, and it ended up being a chop.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, take some real balls. Heads up.
So here we go. We've got the Clydester in Eric's hand versus King. There is no queen. That is a queen 6. So who is Kenzie? It's Kenzie's. Oh, Eric doesn't even go. So here we go. 2 million chips, 5.3 million chips. Still 2 players remain. It is really anybody's ball game right there. I love JD's comment right here. John Davis. Damn.
Yeah, that was impressive. And, I think what it came down to is, Eric just did not give Kenzie credit for an ace the way the pre-flop action went. And when Kenzie led the ace, Eric put a lot of bluffs in Kenzie's range, and he just stuck with his read and made the right call.
Insane. And that's why Eric is in the position he's in, is the ability to make that kind of call.
Yeah, there's guys that'll never even think about calling the turn, let alone the river in that spot.
No. In a cash game, people play loser in a cash game. Even in a cash game, that's an almost impossible call.
Yeah, I think I'll just stay away from Eric at the cash game.
Look at that chip stack. That's just straight sexiness right there. Cash me outside. How about that? All right, so we actually just saw the players in the room. We heard the cheering. So the tournament is over, but we don't know, sitting back in this booth, who actually won it. So you can only tend to go with Kenzie because of the amount of chips.
Thanks, John Davis. Appreciate it.
Thank you. He's the knowledge. I am the joker. So here we go. 10-4 versus 10-8. 10-4 folds. Roger that. Good buddy. Kenzie pulls in another one. He is just straight chipping away. Eric's got 1.765. Kenzie's got 5.690.
Yep, and you see the look on Eric's face. I mean, he wanted to figure out a way to stay in that hand, but there's just nothing he can do there with 10-4 of clubs.
Kenzie's got so many chips, he's going to call looking for the 9. So here we go. Hand number 111. 50,000, 100,000, 50,000. Players, don't forget that tomorrow night our free roll begins again. Every tournament that we run here is eligible for the road to Vegas. Earn your spot. Get those chips for the $10,000 seat. Flop comes out on hand number 111, Queen 10-6. Eric's in the lead with pocket 3s. Kenzie's down to 6 outs.
Yep, and Kenzie decides not to lead that flop. It would have worked. Eric checked back the 3s on the button and takes down a nice pot. And that just goes to show when Eric was fighting back these last few hands, Kenzie decided to stop leading into him a little bit. You can't lead into him every time.
So we do appreciate all the engagement from the chat today. Had a ton of people watching Facebook. We had them on YouTube. We appreciate that. This video will be logged up on there for you guys to go back and watch. Maybe learn a little bit about players. Put it in the back in the mental bank,
right, and
use it to your advantage. So we got 9-8 suited versus King 4 off. Flop comes out 5-5-3. Greatest hand in poker right there.
Yep, and get a check from Eric and continuation bet from Kenzie here.
Does Eric think that his king is big enough?
It's going to be good in a lot of the time. It just comes down to the type of player you're playing against. And wow.
Oh, he says all you can eat. He said, give me that free 300,000 that you have right there.
Yeah, he's just saying you're betting too much. You can't have it every time.
And look at Kinsey.
Kenzie knows he doesn't have it, but he can't do anything about it.
What did Kinsey say right there?
So one of the things that Kinsey was trying to say was, show me one and I'll owe you one. And so it actually led to quite a little bit of controversy because Eric only shows the 4. And so Eric's claiming you said show one, and Kenzie said, okay, I'll remember that because I meant show both one time, and I'll show you both one time. And that actually kind of puts Kenzie in a little steam spot, and you'll see him kind of spew over the next couple of hands.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
But because, I mean, it's awesome. It was awesome to watch these two kind of just go back and forth. You know, they're not afraid of taking on a little bit of risk in these spots.
No, and the psychological aspect of that is huge. And you're dang right, JD, with those 5 threes. So here we go. Almost the best hand in poker, 6-3 versus Queen 9 suited. Kenzie's probably going to raise it up a little bit. And by probably, I mean he throws 3 blocks out there. And that's, you can see Eric laughing about that. You can see our dealer Josh kind of smirking at that because he knows exactly what that was, as he just said.
There's nothing greater than heads-up poker.
So who is your pick? Who is your pick to win the tournament? I want so bad to see who won. It's coming up, and I've got the buttons to click, but I don't want to click them. I keep trying to catch myself just to see where it's going, but I want it to be just a surprise, just like this. I mean, I have to go with Kinsey.
Yeah, and I have to go with Eric.
All right, I like that. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde right here, so we've got it. Well, oh my goodness. Jacks versus King 7. This is first pocket pair we've seen since aces. What was that, 4 or 5 hands ago? And Eric does not need to get a little bit too fancy, and it looks like he's getting fancy.
I think yeah, he just decides to flat, and I think that's the right decision with King 7 offsuit here.
So I would like to see a check. Come on. However, Kinsey does seem like he's been super tilted, you know, on that last hand after that. And so it looks like this might just be a fire bet. If Eric thought his king was good with that King 4, why wouldn't he think his king is good now?
Yep, and Eric makes the right laydown.
So we're on hand number 114.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a check there as well. But, you know, it's a little risky with jacks with overcards to come.
So Zach jumps in the chat and says, I bought Kinsey in the Calcutta. I am Team Kinsey. Good luck to that. Got to be Kinsey. Just too many chips for it to be over in less than 10 minutes. But all it takes is 2 hands. Double up, and he's right there.
Yeah, I got to say this heads-up match has been really entertaining.
Shit. I mean, shoot the whole final table.
Yep.
That call with deuce 3.
Oh,
Yes.
that call with deuce
Joey's?
3.
Yes.
And, you know, that was insane. And that just really changed the dynamic of the match. It really, you know, Kenzie's been doing everything he possibly can to just stomp on Eric, and Eric wouldn't let it happen. And it just shifted the dynamic a little bit. And, you know, really excited to see what happens here.
Reminds me of that saying off of Rounders. You trapped me. He's waiting for it. It looks like they're still joking about that hand. So here we go. Hand number 116. That is 116 hands. So here we are. They're bringing in the slips, but I told them to flip them over. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Here we go. 10-6 versus 9-3. 10-6 suited. Flop comes out 7 deuce deuce. Kinsey continues his aggressive behavior at the table. Nobody can tame him, and just like that, 10 high wins, but not that Eric had anything better than 9 high.
Right. And, you know, as we've seen, you know, Eric has not let out on one flop heads up. It's just not part of his strategy. And that's okay. Against an aggressive player that's not going to let you get away with that, you know, it's totally fine not to have any leads in your strategy.
So here we go. Button moves. Hand number 117. Eric blank looks down at ace 5. That's probably going to be good enough for a raise or just a call. Just a call.
Yep, and they're shifting back to the small ball poker. Neither one of them wants to give anything away.
Isn't it odd that they're both shifting at the same time?
Right. Yep, and like I said, these leads, And with the ace high here, you know, you got to at least take one off. You got to runner backdoor. But, you know, against a guy like Kenzie that does not stop leading, but he decides to give it up this time.
So Eric's going to say around 200.
Yep, and I like a check here, but Eric's going with the bet and just takes it down. And that's why he's heads up in the final table.
So here we go. Moving on into hand number 18, we have a dealer change. Jeff coming in.
Yep, two of our greatest dealers here. All of our dealers are great, but these guys are just perfect. They never make mistakes, and it's really a luxury to have here at Kojack's.
Queen 10 versus Jack 4. Kenzie says, I check. I think Jeff said it's going to cost you $50,000. Here we go.
Oh, yep, he was just putting his small blind in and, you know, raising the Queen 10 standard, gets the fold.
So it looks like we're going to actually finally cover up a few of those.
He had to give in.
So thank you all for being part of the April mini-series. A lot of work went in from our staff here. A lot of thank yous go out to our staff, but most of all, our biggest thank yous go out to all the players who make this possible. It's because of you guys that we do what we do, and we truly appreciate each and every one of you coming in. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we do have that free roll, $2,000 guaranteed. So come on out to Kojack's and take part in that. Look at that, 7-3 versus 7-4.
Like I said, neither player's really picked up a monster against each other. It's just been a battle of wills.
And it's been some tough play, tough decisions like that 2.
That 3 deuce.
Yeah.
It's going to be an infamous hand here at Kojack's.
But most of all, even all of us here would like to thank our spouses who are the ones that allow us to come to work. And we do owe a much love out to you, ladies and gentlemen, for letting us come in to do what we love.
Yep, love you, babe. She's Charlie's wife's giving me shit for saying Kobe was the best player of all time. But I said Kobe wouldn't be Kobe without Jordan. Come on, give me a little credit.
No, I do like that one time that Jordan fell over and Kobe went and picked him up. Oh, here we go. American Airlines versus the 7-3 of diamonds. Once again, we continue with no players picking up monsters against each other.
Yeah, this is the 4th time Eric has had aces at the final table. And, you know, when Kenzie's suited, he's not going anywhere. 7-3 near the bottom of his range, but anything can happen here.
And he's definitely calling anything right there. So flop comes out, Jack 8-4.
Yeah, but I'd love to see a check from Eric here. Kenzie stabs at every pot. Why not give him a chance?
So when you bet right here, you're essentially hoping either he goes over the top and you hope he's not flush or straight drawing.
Right, and Kenzie floating with air. Like I said, this guy's an animal. He's looking for some type of turn, like a heart, a 9, a 10,
a 5-6,
something that he can represent to take the pot away.
But fortunately for Eric, there's nothing that comes out. Is that a raise?
So did he say raise and put out the call and then go for raising chips? That's what it looks like so far.
Well, he's trying to get all the 5s off the table. Since blinds are 50,000, 100,000, there's no reason for the 5s, and that's what we're doing.
Okay, nope. It did just go call on the flop.
And he picks up one of the best cards that he can pick up, a 7. And it does look like Eric says all in, and it caught Kenzie kind of off guard. Kenzie's got 5 million chips. Eric's got all in for 940,000. So if Kenzie calls this and loses, it's going to be pretty close.
Yep, and he folds. I would love to see a check back from Kenzie there. You know, when Eric just checks the turn, he's just putting him on a lot of air. He says, well, I'll stab and take it down. But, you know, Eric was trapping him. Very well played by Eric.
Hey, Zach, we appreciate that. We've got 4 people in the booth watching right now. Every one of us is a staff member, and we truly take those compliments to heart. So shout out to our crew here, and once again, shout out to our players. So here we go. Kenzie's getting colored up, getting those blocks out in play.
Yep, not so fast, John Davis.
Yeah, guess not. That's awesome having live chat coming back.
Yeah, I
to us.
love
like
it.
that.
Yeah, John said he's going to crack the aces for the championship. Okay, two decent hands here. Suited king versus, you know, an ace-8.
It's crazy how king 4 on a 9-handed table is a super weak hand, but heads up, it's pretty dang strong. Look at the odds, 59-41.
I could see this. I could see something crazy happening on this hand. I just have a feeling the way this match has gone.
If Eric shoves, can Kenzie call?
I don't think he can call. I think that would be pretty ambitious. But, you know, having the chip lead in a suited king, it's not out of the question. But like I said, here he goes for the raise. Going to keep applying pressure. And, you know, Eric, he's been aggressive with his aces heads up. We've seen him shove ace deuce. You know, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see a 3-bet here. Yep. And
all in and call.
just like you thought, Charlie. I mean, I had a feeling something was going to happen on this
here we
hand.
go. Eric's tournament life is on the line. He needs an ace or an 8, or he needs to dodge a king or a 4. There's a 4. Oh my gosh. And just like that, 2 pair, kings and 9s with a 7 kicker, and that puts Kenzie as your April mini series main event champion. But applause for Mr. Eric Blank right there. He does finish second place, pulls in $5,040. Pulls in $5,040, I think. I was not even close. $5,700 for second place for Mr. Eric Blank. And Mr. Kenzie, what is that? Main event number?
I think this is main event number 3.
Okay, so now Kojack's has.
4 tournaments last series.
Right, so now Kojack's has. Billy was the only 3-time main event winner. Now Kenzie has joined him as the second 3-time main event winner. We've got multiple main event 2-time winners. We got Braxton and is it McSherry or Frank?
I think McSherry only has 1. Frankie has 1.
There's someone else who has 2.
I can't remember who the other one that shares it with him is, but I know we do have another one at 2. So we have a lot of consistent players that have done doubles. But as of right now, I believe Kenzie and I think Roy might even be up there with them too.
Oh, that is. Oh, yeah, Roy's got maybe 2.
I know he has at least 1 possibly.
Yeah, I'll have to pull that information tomorrow to see exactly who it is. But Kenzie joins. You see the feed. The feed is about done right there. But now the feed is officially done. So we're just going to go ahead and say thank you to everyone who makes Kojack's a possibility in West Texas. It's extremely fun for us to be part of it, and we want to thank you. Don't forget, tomorrow night is the free roll, and Kenzie Smith is your April mini-series main event champion. Congratulations, brother. Thanks a lot, Jake, for the help today.
Thanks, guys. Look forward to seeing you.